When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
We are the home of Milwaukee Black Talk. 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. The place for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously.
Yes.
Dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Out of those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock back down. And by lock back down, I mean we stay in our cell. We get fed in our cell. We don't come out our cell at all, and that's pretty much the biggest problem. And they simply say that they're short-staffed, but that's not enough because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines, and they trying to change the leadership over there. We got our hands full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tori? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the line, Dr. Umar Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother, Black Power, to all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing, what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. I hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Big up to you both. Thank you so much. Tori, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's literally what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering,
Awesome.
where's Tori? Like,
I wanted to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cup. And that just inspires me to make sure that I help you the best way that I can by doing my part.
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm, stay focused.
Now, live from the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tori Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tori Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tori Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tori Lowe. Tori Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue, and I'm here for the action.
And nothing but that action.
And I want all the smoke.
Who wants the smoke today?
Salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The marathon continues.
The movement continues.
How y'all doing out there in radio land? How y'all doing in the chat? We got another powerful conversation for you today. So I'm gonna need y'all to open up your ears, okay? Who we got in the chat? Who in the chat? Kawanda in the chat, Etsy, Jeff, Jermaine is in the chat, Uptown Lex is in the chat, Cyber King Mike, Josh, Sincere Running Ray Real is in the chat. Salute to everybody joining me this Wednesday, February 11th, 2026. I got something to say before we get into the show as usual. I got something to say. I want to make sure that in 2026, we kind of get a clear understanding of the positioning of Black in America and in our community. So I may consistently kind of hit on these points because I think that many people think that we don't understand or don't know what's happening. And I think that they kind of continue to do the same thing over again. And we keep many of us fall in line with a lot of the old tactics, but it's a lot of people waking up. It's a lot of people waking up and they're realizing that people kind of use Black to their benefit, to their advantage. They use us. Hey, look at how bad this situation is. You need to come and get involved in this, you know. And many times we feel it. We understand. We understand some of the L's and the aggressive, tragic situations because this is our fight. We know how to fight those situations. But in 2026, I told y'all, what I tell y'all yesterday when I started the show? Mind your own Black business. But today I'm going to tell you to know your worth, know your value, know who you are. Because many times we don't know. Many times we are falling to the mainstream marketing of Black and we just all out there. We all for everything. You know, it ain't no center ground. Ain't no structure to it. We just everything for everybody. And so when we look at our community and we see that our youth need our attention at this point. Our elders need our attention at this point. Our families need our attention. Our neighborhoods need our attention. Our focused attention. That's where we got to be. And if you're not in that space in 2026, you just a bot. You're doing the same thing that's always been going on where we are distracted and off course. To the point where we are leading in some of the most disturbing statistics when it comes to our community. But that just takes a little TLC. That just takes a little bit more action. That takes us being more focused on what's in front of us and what's outside our windows. Understand what I'm saying? I think that we have been distracted and taken off course for too long. And many times we didn't even know we was going off course. We thought we was doing the right thing. We thought we was following good leadership. We thought that we were being productive citizens following the status quo. But now we don't have to think no more because we're at ground zero. You can look out the window and see for the last 60-some years, for the last 80-some years, there has been no progress. So don't continue to be used and abused and fighting for agendas that's not improving the neighborhood. I believe my grandma thought she was doing the right thing when she was told by her leadership that this was the right thing to do with what she knew. I believe all of our elders and people in the community, they trust in the leadership to, hey, look, this is what we need to do. Okay, these are the people that's supposed to know what to do. I'm coming to find out these people don't even know what to do. They getting raises. They making money. They families doing all right. They buddies seeming to get in better positions. But is the community moving in the right direction? Now, that's not an opinion. You just got to look outside. Look outside. You tell me. Stop coming to me. Bots, stop coming in the chat trying to get everybody off track, and look out the window and you tell me what you think. You just tell me what you think when you look out. Open that curtain back and look outside and you tell me, has it been working? Okay. This is not an argument. This is not what I think and what you think. Walk down your block and see what happens. Walk down your block and tell me, is it improving in the last 10 years? Tell me if you see kids playing outside in the summertime like you used to play outside in the summertime when you was a kid. Okay. There's no discussion. There's no discussion. What I'm saying is, if we don't change the mind frame that we have, 2026 will look like a lot like the last 60, 70 years. But if we change the way we think, if we start being about that action, if we start holding our leadership, matter of fact, I say we need a fresh group of people so we can start fresh. I say if you've been in office about 2-3 terms, this is your work. This is your outcome. Why is you believing in something that's been here, creating the situation that we're seeing? We can no longer trust or believe that because you've been around. This is your result. It's simple. It's not all you gotta do is walk down your neighborhood. Do you see jobs? Y'all can't even see a grocery store. They saying we living in a food desert. But you saying things gonna get better. You can't get better with the same coaches if they've been coaching for a long time and the team ain't winning. It's not rocket science. It's time to know our worth. It's time to repair the village. It's time to focus on black. Hey, look, when we come back, we're going to get into the show, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
And that's Tory Lowe, bringing you all the action and all the smoke.
Tune in to the award-winning 1017 The Truth Community Spotlight this Wednesday at 3:57 p.m. between the Tory Lowe Show and Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. We will be speaking with Nicole Acosta, Director of Impact Engagement at Peak, and Tyreka Barnes, a parent of students at Peak. They will discuss how your child can do summer different through their free summer programming in Milwaukee and camp in Boscobel, Wisconsin. Again, that is the Community Spotlight this Wednesday with the Kellogg Peak Initiative at 3:57 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Calling all all seafood lovers, the lobster salad sub is officially back at Cousin Subs. Fresh lobster mixed with our creamy signature mayo, topped with tomato and onion, served over crisp lettuce, and finished with a sprinkle of Old Bay. All on our fresh-baked Italian bread. It's a crave-worthy classic you can enjoy in store, online, or on the app, but only through April 5th. So catch it while you can. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
This is your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball weekly update on the new 101.7 The Truth.
Two big results to recap starting on the boys' side in the gold division. The Milwaukee Bradley Tech Trojans defended home court in a major way, blowing past the Milwaukee North Blue Devils 86-42. Senior Jakari Smith put on a scoring clinic, pouring in 43 points as Bradley Tech controlled the game from start to finish. With that win, the Trojans improved to 7-4 in conference play and keep themselves firmly in the top half of the division down the home stretch of the regular season. And now to the girls as the Milwaukee King Lady Generals locked it up Tuesday night at home versus Golden Meyer, pulling out a tough 68-60 victory. Senior Naomi Wilson led the way with 27 points, and that performance officially clinched the gold division title for King. The Lady Generals finished the regular season in 18-1 overall and 13-1 in conference.
This has been your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball weekly update. MPS proud and MPS strong. This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Bouncing, but my trap jump like crisscross. Kitchen full of white, like the linens at the Ritz bars. Cold stove, hot water, pot singing like Mary J. I just mixed emotion with the soda, that's therapy. Corner store profit, every bottle return is a parlay. Not a whole strip, know my name like it's Valentine's Day. Talk small, move large, never fit in a dialogue. I was built for the risk, every scar's a visual resume. If you really about that action, put your phone in the freezer, cause the feds got ears and the walls get eager.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. There has been a third-party audit in Minnesota of the Medicaid system, and they saying it's fraud all over the place. Hold on. Now they starting to talk about all of this fraud going on in Minnesota. At first, they tried to, distract everybody with the ICE and all of that going on, but I'm going to tell y'all right now, y'all better start following where the money at, because that's where the funny at. And now it's coming out that a third-party audit is saying that they found fraud in the Medicaid system in Minnesota. Here we go. Every time I look up, hundreds of millions of dollars being stolen, but yet they want you to stand out there and try to mess with the government, want you to stand out on the front line with ICE while people stealing the money. They don't want to talk about stealing that money. I've been talking about it since the show started, because that's our taxpayers' dollars going to waste, going down the drain that could have went to something valuable in our community. Well, we got video on what's going on in Minnesota with the Medicaid program that they stole the money. Let's listen.
Minnesota's Medicaid system was wide open to abuse that could end up costing taxpayers billions of dollars. Investigative reporter AJ Legault joins us now with an update. AJ?
Yeah, Julie, in the wake of our housing hustle investigation, the state commissioned a vulnerability assessment. The early findings are in widespread weaknesses, care that may have never been delivered, and taxpayers likely owed massive refunds.
Bad actors billing for phantom services, ripping off taxpayers while lining their own pockets. That's what Carol Levin's investigations exposed.
That you're billing thousands of dollars for work that's not being done.
As the scope of the fraud grew, the state hired the data analytics company Optum to launch a prepayment review. The company analyzed claims for about 20% of Minnesota's Medicaid billing over nearly 4 years across 14 high-risk programs. Now, the first report is out, and the findings are explosive. Taxpayers owed $52 million in what are labeled direct recoveries, meaning there are clear policy violations, and the state should try to claw that money back. But the larger concern may be what weak state rules allowed. Optum estimates $1.7 billion in potential improper payments tied to vague rules and policy loopholes. During an online press conference, I asked John Connolly, the state's Medicaid director, about this.
As if Optum could find this in 90 days,
why was the agency not spotting some of these vulnerabilities over a period of years?
We did not have tools, I think, up to the task of responding to the increasingly complex fraud schemes that we have been grappling with, particularly in the last year or so.
When scrutiny finally intensified last year following CARE's reporting, which resulted in federal raids and fraud charges, the impact was immediate. The report finds in just one quarter, Medicaid spending across these 14 programs dropped nearly 30%, a $165 million reduction, showing how much questionable billing disappeared once oversight increased.
Right,
In a nutshell,
that's good. We already know they stole the money. What I'm saying is, this is what I'm trying to say. When they try to distract the people with just basic, things, and, look over here, I always wonder what they trying to distract us from. Understand? All this stuff going on in Minnesota, it's more people talking about ICE and the protesters, but tax $55 million with the Medicaid or something like that. They say $1 billion through transportation services and false organizations taking the money. And so this is what I'm saying. This is what goes on in communities, and this is why we got to stay focused and keep our eyes and be about that action and be on the front lines, because then we can kind of try to stop the thievery that's going on many times in the community. Only reason they're able to thrive is because you ain't paying attention, or I ain't paying attention, or we ain't asking the right questions, and everybody just moving along. But our communities are suffering at the seam. Some of us could have used that tax money to do something productive with the youth, neighborhood development. Develop something out here for the kids. They screaming they ain't got nothing that they want to do out here. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Also, they're saying that they're calling out some of the rampant fraud on the federal level in Minnesota. If we got some audio on this, it's going up all the way up to the federal level, and I think that many times we miss all of this information. That's why I talk about it, because some of y'all bots. Some of y'all want to travel to Minnesota with a sign, but y'all don't understand that taxpayers is being robbed in the midst of all of this as well. If you watch this, we broadcast live. We got some more audio about alleged rampant fraud going on in Minnesota. Let's listen.
CMS Chief Dr. Oz saying he found a former linen factory in St. Paul on the edge of town loaded with an astounding 400 separate Medicaid billing businesses, 400 of them, that billed about $380 million to Medicaid. He's saying this, he's thinking this looks like potentially more fraud. And then that was the U.S. Attorney for California, Bill Asaley, the DOJ investigating about a dozen fraud cases in California, including where $24 billion for the homeless disappeared under Gavin Newsom.
This is one building. It used to be a linen factory. 400 different businesses in this one building billed the American taxpayer by charging Medicaid, probably for saying that they were serving autistic children or other services. 400 businesses in one building billed almost $400 million. And this is on top of all of those businesses we saw that were presumably child care centers and these businesses that these exposés have shown. This is on top of the Department of Education showing that there were all these ghost students and fraud going on there.
Talk about California. Vice President Vance says the Small Business Administration found $7 billion in fake fraudulent payments in California, out of loans rather. Governor Newsom just last week claimed all the taxpayer spending on the homeless is accounted for. What do you make of this contractor just caught stealing at least $5 million in state taxpayer money meant to house hundreds of homeless people? He bought a $7 million mansion, private jets he used, a vacation home in Greece, multiple luxury vacations, and a $125,000 Land Rover.
You have these Democratic-led states with people that are not serious about passing.
We don't got to keep my blood pressure. They'd have bought the Land Rover with the stolen money. And y'all, look, we talk about repair on the black community all the time. We talk about repair. We talk about reparations. And they tell us to go to the meeting and do some research. And when I look up and see that the illegal undocumented folks they probably at least spent $1 trillion. $1 trillion on just spending $1 trillion trying to get these folks, and then the fraud is at $1 billion. Boy, some of y'all really bought it out. Some of y'all just bots. Y'all bots, because you ain't look at all this money. We got to fight tooth and nail to get programs in the black community, but they got billions of dollars wasted right in front of our face. I wish I could have got a few of them dollars. You know what we could have did with all this stolen money that's been going on in the last couple years? You know, we could have renovated the whole community with a lot of this money that they've been stealing. Okay. Well, before we get out of here, it's another situation. I want to run in Charlotte where a former Charlotte councilwoman, she's a councilwoman, she pled guilty to federal fraud charges. Everybody's stealing money, and we out here, I'm out here, we on the front lines trying to get the community together with the money that's coming out of our pockets. It seems like the scammers is up right now. It seems like they up right now because even though they going to jail or even if they get caught, they had a hold of a lot of money. We got some audio and video from Charlotte from this congresswoman. The councilwoman even dipped her finger in the cookie jar. Let's listen.
Tijuana Brown came to court passing the cameras but not making eye contact. Assistant U.S. attorneys say she lied on loan applications for COVID relief funds. More specifically, Small Business Administration ones, including PPP money. Remember, that was designed to protect jobs, among other things. Investigators say Brown tricked the government out of more than $40,000 and even spent $15,000 of it on a 50th birthday party for herself, one in which she celebrated by taking a horse-drawn carriage to the Harvey Gantt Center and posing for pictures on a throne. She served time in federal prison decades ago, also on fraud-related charges, and was the first former felon elected to Charlotte City Council. Fast forward to now. Technically, Brown faces up to 20 years behind bars.
My mom sat on the couch. She watched WSOC TV run the story.
But as she indicated in this recent Facebook Live, which, by the way, is unusual for a defendant awaiting a plea hearing, she expects probation.
Whoever thought I was going to prison? You're stupid.
Likewise, prosecutors told the judge the plea agreement mentions probation and that they're okay with that. The government would also seek to recover the $40-some thousand. All
right. So, once again, we have a situation where she got on Facebook. They say it was unusual. She went and got on Facebook, and went live and said, "I ain't going to jail." Yeah, you know, that's even the news folks were like, "This is unusual for you to steal the money." She made a plea agreement, then went and snapped on Facebook like she was Glorilla's sister, like talking crazy. All right, maybe I chose the wrong side, you know. Because they walking away with the Cinderella. My 50th is coming up this year. They said she went on the Cinderella ride, spent the money and had a lavish 50th birthday. And all I might get is, you know what I mean?
I'll bring a cake in.
Yeah, like a slice of cake. Hey, look, when we come back, we had a Pop Culture Report, Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Adrian was seriously injured when a careless driver merged into her lane.
Gruber was there for everything that I needed. Any questions that I had, Gruber
was there. They made me feel like everything about my situation and my accident was very important to them, and that made me feel good. And I would definitely call Gruber again for that.
Serving Wisconsin for over 35 years, Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
They go above and beyond for their clients.
Hey there, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good. Because today, I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org and donate if you can. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, I had so many questions. I didn't even know that it was cancer. Now I do. It is cancer. Blood cancer. It's actually one of more than 100 different types, and they're all treated differently. Now, unlike some other forms of cancer, usually there's no tumor. You can't screen for it to prevent it, and the symptoms can look like other things, so it could be hard to diagnose. I had a fever for weeks. I was so tired all the time. I didn't feel like eating or doing anything else for that matter. And I know that this can feel scary. But if you know what to look out for, you'll know what to tell your doctor. And you'll feel more empowered to take the next steps. Like getting in touch with the people who know the ins and outs and can help with everything blood cancer related. Blood Cancer United. They work one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more.
Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. The Milwaukee Bucks are in Orlando again for a rematch of Monday's showdown where the Bucks lost 118-99. Tonight's game starts at 6 p.m. with one more game before All-Star break tomorrow night in OKC. In college basketball, Badger basketball forced OT against 8th-ranked Illinois, ultimately winning the game 92-90 in a huge upset. Badgers are 17-7 on the year and 6th in the Big Ten. UW-Milwaukee won their game against the Indy Jaguars 92-88. UWM sits at 10-17 on the year. Marquette lost a close one last night against Villanova 77-74.
James will bring it up right side. 6 seconds left, down 3. James trying to get it. The Stevens does. They've got a second left. He'll throw up a shot blocked. Taken away by Villanova, and that's the end of the game.
Their next matchup is against Xavier on Saturday at 2 p.m. This Sports Update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams, member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Pick a side, it's our time, the time to act is now. So best believe it's going down from MLK to Midtown.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report brought to you by Nazir Spencer in studio.
Yo.
How you doing, Nazir?
Man, I'm good. I had a nice little Super Bowl Sunday.
Okay.
Happy the Seahawks won. Sam Darnold got him one.
I see your boys back on it. Lil Bow Wow and B2K. I guess they got a... they back on tour.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess we'll
them your boys. I know you like you love Bow Wow and
Bow Wow, man.
B2K.
But growing up, man, those
are
my
you
guys.
Going to see that? I guess they supposed to be coming here or something like that.
Are they coming here?
I saw a new advertisement.
I might have to go. We might have to take the Truth.
I don't know. I mean,
show.
Is that something that is that because I didn't see? I thought that they were out of their time.
Nah, bro, they're timeless.
Come on now.
Okay.
All right. Listen. Tory Lowe, I'm bringing you some good information here, man. Look, this Sunday, not last Sunday, because we have the Super Bowl already. We're going to the All-Star break in the NBA now. Sunday is All-Star weekend, and there's been some, controversy on how to form this game because it's gotten weaker by the year. Because, money going up, players don't want to get hurt, and stuff like that. People don't want to see players lackluster on the court.
Mm-hmm.
And people have been trying to come up with ways to change this game and make it more interesting and entertaining for the fans.
Mm-hmm.
Now, people have gone with, East versus West. People have gone with Team Giannis versus Team Jokic.
Right.
LeBron versus Steph.
Yeah.
I mean, it has worked, but not really. We haven't had.
They want the ratings to go up.
Right. We haven't had a good one since maybe like 2021, 2022. And I was watching a podcast last night or 2 days ago, one of those, and it had Nick Wright. He's a show host for First Things First, and sports show or whatever. And he went on this podcast and said, "I have a solution," because he was asked. I think Andrew got the clip. So
he went on the podcast. He was asked what would make the All-Star game better.
Yep.
And we got the clip.
We got the clip.
If you're watching this, we broadcast live. Let's listen.
Headlines be damned.
I know where you're going.
White guys versus black guys.
What?
Luka, Joker, Flag, Reeves, Knipple, against Wimby, whomever. And I'm telling you right now, guys would play fucking hard.
Oh, wow. Okay, so basically what he was saying was if the All-Star game was black guys versus white guys, it'll be competitive.
Correct.
Oh, wow.
Now, that's a crazy take because, I mean, what are we really gonna do about it? Like, if it was black versus white guys, let's say the lineup you said Luka, Knipple, Cooper, Flag, Jokic versus what, like Steph, Donovan Mitchell, Ant, you know what I'm saying, Tatum, LeBron, and then Wemby, something like that.
Let me tell you something. That would be the most highest rated game in All-Star history. If it was the brothers versus everybody, oh my God.
I'm trying to tell you, the ratings would skyrocket. No, it's a kind of a crazy take. But at the same time, you got to think about it.
So it would have to take racial tension to create
you have to make a joke out of it.
A good game
in
the NBA.
Yeah, you'd have to.
Wow.
You'd have to like I don't know exactly how to, the merchandise would look, like would it be like Team Black? You know what I'm saying? Like Team Black, LeBron under it, Team White, Luka, something like that. I don't know how.
I don't know.
That. But it would just have to be Team White or Black.
I mean, I could say also they could do American players versus the international players.
Yeah, but at the same time, like they don't want America to lose.
Well, we're talking about like if it was an All-Star game.
Right. They don't want America to lose.
Because they got a lot of these
they got Wemby.
Foreign players are in the league now.
Luka, Giannis, Jokic.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of dangerous.
It wouldn't be as black and white. It wouldn't be as racially charged. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know if that would work, though, because I feel like it's not too many international players. They'd have to pull some from, like, overseas to come play, or G League. You know what I'm saying? It would be hard. But I think it's a funny idea. I do.
Well, I'll say this. It's controversial.
Oh, yeah.
But it would never happen.
No, never.
It would never happen.
They couldn't do it.
It would be more better to do the American-born basketball players against,
They keep it that way.
Yeah, because then it'll be still a little mixed.
Because I feel like some players might get offended if it was Team Black versus Team White.
I don't think they'll get offended, but I believe it'll be racially charged, and it would open up the door for a lot of interesting comments in the chats.
That's true.
And then it'll enrage people because now you got this. Boxing used to do it all the time. They used to have the unbeatable big black boxer versus the great white hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how.
The great white hope.
Yeah, the white boxer that's supposed to come and take down the big black, heavyweight champ.
That's tough.
Yeah, but that is a part of the game to promote, and I've seen it done.
Right.
But it wouldn't work for basketball and football.
Right. Yeah, it wouldn't work. It's too much of a controversy.
And it's too many people involved. Like, at least boxing is like,
it's like
the black boxer, and it's going to happen anyway.
Right.
But the promotion could be black and white.
Now,
but when it comes to basketball, that's too many moving parts for that to come out well.
Now, even on like on a national scale too, that big of a scale, it wouldn't be able to happen, man. Like, I think it's a funny idea. I think it could make the ratings go up a lot, because I feel like the players would actually play pretty hard.
Who plays better anyway when you talk about black versus white? You know, because would they be considered white if they're international?
I think that's a good question.
Or are you just basing it on skin?
I think it had to be based off skin.
Oh, wow. Here we go.
That's what make it worse. You know
Here we go.
So speaking of controversy, we had some few fights the other day. You know, I like to get into the fights in the NBA.
Right.
And Isaiah Stewart came off the bench.
Isaiah Stewart, the new Draymond Green 2.0, worse than Draymond Green.
And it all started a few years ago when he was trying to run after LeBron James after, I think, a Laker Pistons game. He was running in the stadium, and just running in the tunnels, trying to go to the Laker locker room and fight him behind scenes. And then the other day, Diabate versus Jalen Duren on the Pistons. It was Pistons versus Charlotte, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it was a hard foul. They got into each other's face. Everybody started squabbling. Miles Bridges got involved.
And he mushed his face.
Yeah, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? It get dangerous.
All right, I'll say this Isaiah Stewart.
He's dangerous, man.
Everybody always talk about Draymond Green.
Man, he ain't.
But this guy is worse. He makes Draymond Green look like he playing checkers.
Draymond don't even fight, though. He just be like...
Well, he hit Jordan Poole.
Okay, that's behind the scenes. But I'm saying,
But they said November 2021, he charged that LeBron James, got suspended.
Right.
They said December 2023, elbowed Pat Bev.
Oh, man, that was a rough one.
Elbowed Pat Bev got ejected. February 2024, sucker punch Drew Eubanks, got suspended.
For no reason. I remember that one.
They said in November 2024, flagrant on Giannis.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one. That was
he got ejected.
Deal. Bobby Portis was in his face. I remember that. That was in Milwaukee.
Elbowed Thomas Bryant in 2025. Started a brawl against the Timberwolves. They didn't even say what player. They said Timberwolves brawl. He was the one behind that, March 2025. And now he got the Hornets fight where...
Man.
Now they said he's suspended for 25 games.
Was it 25? I saw 7. 25?
It says, let's, Andrew, look it up. Because you say how many games?
I saw 7 games, and Miles Bridges was suspended for 4.
I seen that he was hit with a massive 25.
He should be.
But I don't know. I let Andrew do the real check on that.
Right.
But I know that they suspended him, and they're going to make an example out of him.
Absolutely. Yeah, big example. He's got the most suspensions.
And how has he done it? If he's only suspended for 7 games.
7 games, yeah.
Okay, so if he's only suspended for 7 games, it was suggested that he would be suspended for 25.
Because Paul George got suspended for like drugs or something like that.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, here we go. He coming back to elbow somebody else in the face.
Oh, yeah. Especially in the playoffs. You'll see it.
Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more Pop Culture Report, Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, mark your calendars for Friday, February 20th for the 2nd Annual Truth Community Awards, hosted by Homer Blow and yours truly, Bailey Coleman. Celebrating individuals making a real difference in our community. Tickets are on sale now. Visit 1017thetruthAwards.com to learn more. The Truth Community Awards are sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation, Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Cousin Subs, and 3rd Street Market Hall.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it. We can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
I'm Angela Bassett. As a first responder on screen, I know what it means to act fast in an emergency. In real life, the same urgency can save lives, especially when it comes to a food allergy. For 33 million Americans, one bite can turn an ordinary meal into a life-threatening reaction. And too often, they don't have the one thing that could save them, epinephrine. But emergencies don't wait. And when a severe reaction happens, being prepared makes all the difference. Now, there's a needle-free option, a new way to carry epinephrine that makes it easier than ever to be ready. No needles, no hesitation, because when the unexpected happens, the best thing you can do is be ready. Know the risk, know the options. Be ready to act. Learn more at foodallergy.org/ready to act.
This is the Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Cutthroats, I'm the frog at 5 a.m. I'm the figure in your scope. Walk soft in the trenches, but the footprint still deep. Every step weigh a kilo, every breath costs a key. So before you press the tweet button, think of me like PTSD. Cause the last one who wanted smoke still ain't getting no RIP. I got goons that don't rap. They just wrap up the
101.7 The Truth. Tori Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report brought to you by Nazir Spencer.
Yes, sir.
Nazir, what else is going on in these pop culture streets?
I mean, after the Super Bowl, a little controversy going on there. You know Stephon Diggs. You know he
didn't even get 5 yards in the game.
Look,
why are we even talking about Stephon Diggs? Because he only got 5 yards.
Yeah,
he had more girls in the that came to see him at the game than yards.
Cardi B was one of them. And
wow.
Cardi B was actually she didn't perform, but she was in the Super Bowl halftime show. And, you know, after the game, everyone is blowing up. They was unfollowing each other off of Instagram, and everybody thinking, why? Come to find out, Stephon Diggs, he invited his baby mama and his kid sit front row, got him some good seats too.
Right.
To sit front row and watch the Super Bowl.
Well, Cardi B was at the halftime show.
Yeah.
Dancing on the porch.
Uh-huh. And I don't know. I guess she got offended.
Cardi B had the best seats.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, she was on the field.
So why would you care if somebody got front row seats? That's the mother of his child. She already knew he had children. She knew the situation. This has been going on. Before the Super Bowl, this has been going on.
Yep.
Okay, he was dropping babies while they was together.
Yeah, it still was.
Okay, so what I'm saying is why all of a sudden at the Super Bowl, now you upset?
Because, you know, in the past few weeks, they've been more public about being together. And she's been going to all the games and commenting on shows, coming on shows.
Sound like a publicity stunt.
That's what I'm thinking, too. But at the same time, you can't put it past them that they would do something like this. So, you know, they unfollowed each other, and people just found out that the baby mama went over there. It was just a whole weird situation.
What I'm saying is, is Cardi in a better position than when she was with Offset?
I think she's better.
It seems like she's in a worse position.
I was going to say, yeah. I think she's better.
I think she's a laughingstock when it comes to these relationship ideas because she jumped out of the frying pan into the fire.
Uh-huh.
She got embarrassed at the Super Bowl. If to me, it sounded like they went into the Super Bowl and you saw different ideas that she probably already been dealing with. The Super Bowl just kind of made us see a lot of the moving parts of Stephon Diggs with his family and his mother sitting next to another woman.
Yep.
So what I'm saying is this probably been going on. This just couldn't have happened at the Super Bowl.
Right. And I think he's the most open player about it too. Like he don't really care. Like you could tell that
he know these women around him for the money.
He don't care.
If he wasn't catching footballs, he wouldn't have this problem.
Right. So, and you know the money. As soon as the money coming in, the women go come in.
He didn't even have a good game.
He had a good playoffs.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, why is the focus on Stephon Diggs?
It's all the off-court drama, man.
He got more publicity from the Super Bowl than the people who actually won.
That's facts. That's facts. I agree. And all the headlines: Stephon Diggs and Cardi B break up. They've unfollow each other, and people are saying online like Offset won because he don't got to deal with that no more. And I ain't gonna lie, Offset been kind of quiet ever since he won with Cardi no more.
Well, I'll tell you this: a lot of people in real relationships in real life, they be the problem.
Yeah.
And many times they'll say it was the other person, but all I'm saying is in this situation right here, I don't believe that the Super Bowl came. I don't believe nothing happened at that Super Bowl that wasn't going on already because the stories of different baby mamas, kids, things like that. So now you get to the Super Bowl and now you like, oh, what's this? What's going on? Why you mad?
And then you got his awkward
This is the
situation.
lifestyle that they chose to live. So, hey.
And you got his situation with off court where he might get arrested and stuff for accusations that popped up at the end of the year last year, and it might get ugly for him, man. He got all this drama. He got all these accusations coming up out of nowhere, and it's not looking good for Stephon Diggs, man. Offset, he kind of a better spot right now, bro. Dropped an album, Grammy nominated. I mean, he's living right now. He's chilling. It sucks for him, but
here we go. It's just a bunch of mess.
Oh yeah, a bunch of mess. Everybody knows what it is with that. But we got another one. NBA YoungBoy took to the tweets last week. It's very interesting. He reached out to Nicki Minaj and said, "I need you, we need you," or something like that.
Well, I think NBA YoungBoy and Nicki Minaj got political ties to Donald J. Trump.
Right.
Whatever. People want to talk about what, people going to say whatever they want. But I believe they going to come together and do a tour.
Really?
Yeah, because why would he reach out to Nicki Minaj? And I believe that they are going to do something together.
What kind of tour, though? Like a music tour, political tour?
He got Make Slime Great Again.
Yeah, that's true.
So, which is a play on Donald Trump because Donald Trump pardoned him. Yeah. He also told everybody that follow him to basically do whatever Trump say.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Nicki kind of in the same tone, telling the barbs, hey, this is the way we going with this.
And they losing a lot of people.
I don't know. I think America's split anyway, so they look like a lot of people.
Right.
Okay. So, all right, let me tell you something. If America voted for Donald Trump, more people voted for Donald Trump, he won, right? But that don't mean millions didn't vote for the other side.
Right.
Okay, so it just looked like a lot.
That's true.
It just looked like it.
That's true. It's just like,
but it's really more people that voted for what we have right now.
Right.
And it was millions that voted against it.
Right.
So okay, what is a lot then?
So you think a musical kind of, this gonna be a music kind of aspect to it, or you think that the ties kind of play a big part?
It looked like they finna get on the album. It looked like they finna start rapping.
Because they got a song together, I think.
It looked like they finna put a song together or something finna happen. He finna put her on something.
Or she may put him.
And everybody gonna be there listening to it. Like I said, it's a lot of drama around them. They political ties. People want to, it's a lot of Democrats. It's millions of people that's Democrats.
Yeah.
But it's millions of people that's Republicans. So people think that NBA YoungBoy and Nicki Minaj are being canceled, but they not.
Yeah.
It just looked like a lot of people because millions of people voted for Kamala Harris.
Social media take a big part in that too. And then the music they dropped. I mean, like you said, YoungBoy dropped an album called "Make America Slime Again."
Right.
And
he on tour. He went on tour. He had one of them. He had a successful tour. You was there.
I was at one of his.
Was you dancing too? Was you out there dancing? Yeah. Oh wow! So you with NBA YoungBoy?
Look. I'm.
You like NBA YoungBoy? I
don't care about his political stance, nothing like that. I just like his music.
Do you believe the NBA YoungBoy should do a halftime show?
No.
Who said that? Hurts.
Oh yeah, did he?
I think he.
I don't think so.
Yeah, yes he did. Yes he did. Andrew.
No, I'm saying I don't think he should. Like I don't think.
But you want to go to the concert?
I went to this concert. I went to Minneapolis. It was fire.
But you also went to Lil Bow Wow and B2K. Oh, no.
It's two different worlds. Two different worlds.
So I can see where you're coming from with that. But check this out. April 2nd, at the Pfizer Forum, they saying that Lil Bow Wow and B2K going to be back.
We there?
All the Short Kings are going to be out.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. With the Short Kings.
I just don't understand it. How is Lil Bow Wow And B2K still
I'm trying to tell you, they timeless.
It's like a cult following.
I'm trying to tell you. It's crazy. Grew up on that stuff.
I
man.
wouldn't have thought that they could fill up the Pfizer Forum, but they.
I don't know if that sell out is crazy. I don't know if they sell out.
That's what I'm saying.
Nah, they ain't gonna sell out. But they'll have some, early 2000s, maybe late 90s babies in there. Because he's a 90s kid. So grew up more in the early 2000s a little bit. But, I mean, he's a big name, man. Especially in our community. Everybody love Bow Wow. Not everybody.
Okay, but he. All right. Only reason I'm asking you because you like these people.
I like Bow Wow.
I don't dislike them, but I thought their time have passed.
What
but obviously, they still touring in the big arenas.
Do you have a person you would compare Bow Wow with, like that from your kind of time a little bit? That shouldn't be like timeless, but they are.
Well, I would put Lil Bow Wow in the same category that I put Lil Wayne in.
What?
Yeah, because it was Lil Bow Wow, Lil Wayne.
Oh, you crazy? Lil Wayne way bigger.
I'm talking about, but what I'm saying is they was both little at the same time. Lil Romeo.
Right, Lil Wayne.
It was a bunch of littles running around.
Right, I got you.
Okay.
I got you.
So they was all competing, but Lil Wayne went on to be
the best.
I think Lil Wayne went on to be the better.
Right.
The little person out of all of the little person.
Well, he's the main one. He's the first little person, I think. Everybody copy Wayne. Everybody know that.
Well, what I'm saying is, here come your boys. I'm wondering if you gonna go to this concert.
If I go to the concert, I'm sending you videos and we go talk about it.
Yeah, I might go with you.
Okay, come on.
I want to experience.
Bring Andrew.
Why? I want to see somebody literally get excited from this concert.
Look, I ain't gonna sit there and be like,
I might go with Andrew. You coming to the B2K?
You ain't got no choice.
Lil Bow Wow.
It'll be good because we can see over everybody touring. Because it's gonna be a bunch of short dudes. We'll be a great time. Great sight.
Ain't nothing wrong with short kings, man.
Oh, wow.
Dude go. Look, Lil Bow Wow is about to shake Milwaukee. April 2nd, you said?
Oh, wow.
Shake Milwaukee.
Oh, wow.
Shake Milwaukee.
You genuinely, only reason I'm bringing this up because I look in your eyes and I know you genuinely like Lil Bow Wow and B2K.
Look, as soon as he get here, I promise you, everybody in that stadium go turn up. I promise. I'm not even exaggerating. I promise you they're turning up no matter what.
Lil Bow Wow got it like that.
He has, bro. He moves. Swag.
He was definitely a dope artist. Right.
Everybody growing up loved him, man.
Here we go.
All these nostalgia. It's
Tori,
pure
can
nostalgia.
you name 5 Bow Wow songs off the top of your head?
I can't even name 5, but I know Bow Wow.
I know Bow Wow got records.
That's what I'm saying.
But could you name 5, like off the top of your head?
Not off the top. I can sing the song, but hold on. I may not can name the songs, but if you play a little Bow Wow song, I can say the lyrics.
That's what I'm saying. If you play a Bow Wow song, somebody gonna know it.
Yeah, but don't get us struck on YouTube trying to do it. Don't get us struck down because we trying to stay in there.
Right. Now, look, Lil Bow Wow will come here. Like he gonna make a little bit more noise than Wayne because Wayne not a great performer. So we'll see.
Well, thank you for tapping in.
Of course.
Appreciate you for coming through, Nazir.
Yes, sir. Let me know how you feel about that All-Star game on Sunday, man.
Okay, well, it should be powerful.
We'll see.
All right. When we come back, Truth Nation, we got guests. Stay locked in.
Need a way to hype up your day?
Hello, is this Shirley?
This is she.
Shirley, you are our Gruber 5K giveaway winner this quarter. Congratulations.
What would you do with $5,000?
Going to look at buying me a pickup truck. That will be some of my down payment.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
I love you guys.
Truth Nation, make sure you tap in all week long as we'll be giving away a pair of tickets every single day to the second annual Truth Community Awards taking place on Friday, February 20th. Last year was fire, and this year we are turning it up even more as we celebrate the unsung heroes who are out here making a real impact in our community. So make sure you are tapped in all week long to the Truth so you don't miss your chance to win free tickets to the biggest and best community awards right here in our city.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: Skills First Hiring helps you see talent others miss, like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage, because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person, complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
There are many times I thought, I can't do this. I mean, what parent isn't worried about? What am I not doing right? What am I not doing enough? And then I realized, wait, that's being a parent.
Don't worry about being perfect. I've had around 3 other mother figures in my life, but only one of them has taught me how a mother loves.
The greatest reward for me is he makes me better every day.
I would tell a family considering adopting a teenager that that teenager, whoever it is, needs you, and they need what you have to offer.
Taylor's given me hope. He's our son, and that is what he will always be.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Truth Nation, stand up and tap in. This is 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. Stand up. It's Tory Low, the truth. From 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice. We want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Low from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready. We ready.
One-on-one, 7 The Truth. Tory Low Show. Thank you for joining me for the second hour of the Tory Low Show. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. We got guests. Look, we got the legendary James Causey from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel in studio.
Thank you for having me.
I've been trying to get this guy on the show, and he's got a busy schedule. He doing his thing, but it's never been a better time. The time, what they say, they say, perfect time.
It is.
Shador Sanders.
Yes, it is.
Perfect time.
Yes.
Hey.
I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy that you're here.
Yes.
You know, a legend. Broadcasting journalist legend.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And we got the miracle minister, Kevin, in studio. It's an event coming up. How you doing, Minister Kevin?
I'm blessed.
We used to you doing a Monday prayer.
Yes.
Stay cool.
It is.
Stay calm.
And
stay focused.
Got to do it. Got to do all of them.
Powerful.
Shout out to Josh and Kawanda want me to get a T-shirt saying that.
Yeah. You know, everybody been trying to get that T-shirt now.
Yeah.
But the reason we got y'all here is that it's an event coming up called Behind the Gun. It's an upcoming event. And it's talking about a conversation on firearm ownership and best practices that contribute to increased safety in Milwaukee. Now, we know, Minister Kevin, your story about you almost losing your life to gun violence while you was out driving Uber.
That's correct.
And that was several years ago.
October 2023.
Mm-hmm.
2.5 years, or less than 2.5 years ago. Yeah. Less than 2.5 years ago.
And James Causey, you as a journalist, writing about stories, trying to kind of try to make a lot of this make sense or point out where we need to be with a lot of this. What's going on with this event behind the gun?
Yeah, thanks again for having me on, Tori. So this behind the gun event is a different conversation about guns.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think a lot of people probably share this sentiment where you get tired of hearing, put the guns down.
Right.
Put the guns down. And we have to move the conversation beyond that, and that's what we're trying to do in this with this event coming up March 7th. So what we're trying to do, we put a dynamic panel together. We have Pastor Simmons, Eddie Silas, who's the co-owner of Prolific Arms, which is one of only 15 Black-owned gun shops in the United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle Bryant and our very own Homer Blow. And we're going to have a conversation not about putting the guns down, but the guns are here. So how do we be safe with the guns? How do we properly store guns? What do you do if you come across a gun? And we had a meeting yesterday where we were all on a Zoom call and we were talking about it. In that conversation, I wish that could have been the show because it was dynamic. We started with Minister Simmons. Mm-hmm. Talking about what happened to him, but at the same time, Eddie Silas was like, look, a gun saved my life. If it wasn't for a gun, I wouldn't be here today.
Right.
So, you know, one thing we could agree on, I know we disagree on a lot about guns, but one thing that I think we could all agree on is that we have to do a better job on properly storing our weapons so they don't end up in the hands of the bad people. I think if we could start with that, we could start adding on to other layers. And Michelle was talking about how, you know, if you're black, you know, with a gun, it's looked at totally different than if you're white with a gun, you know.
Well, they say if you want the police to come quick, black men with a gun.
That's all you have to say.
And they going to pull up faster than you can say amber salt.
It's sad, but it's true. And I've had to do that several times. Unfortunately, when I saw things happening in my neighborhood and I knew police weren't going to come, you know, I saw a young lady being some men messing with her. I interfered and I got involved. And
oh wow!
And the police, I called and I said, "Look, y'all coming?" Didn't show up. Then I had to say it was a gun involved, and then they showed up. You shouldn't have to do that.
Sometimes when I'm looking for missing girls and girls that I'm tracking down,
mm-hmm.
and Minister Kevin is a witness, and Minister Kevin, he had to go up to the police station after we called the police station several times. You drove up there, and they still didn't come after for another 2 hours.
They didn't want to help me at all. I mean, I went there in their face at 4th District on Silver Spring, and I'm telling them what's going on. And they're like, well, we got a lot of other calls. We might be able to move it up a little bit on the roster, but we got a lot of other things we got to do.
Right.
Like, well, you got a lot of people just sitting around here doing nothing. Can you send one?
Yeah. Those are real conversations.
And he pulled up on me while we had the front door blocked and the back door blocked so nobody wouldn't run out.
Right.
So when he pulled up, he said, how long? I said, we've been called the police. So he was like, you know what, I'm finna drive up there. And then, like I said, but you got to say somebody got a gun almost to get the immediate reaction.
I know. But then when everybody says somebody has a gun, then, you know, what do you do then? Because now you're still
the boy that cried wolf.
Exactly.
We just trying to get him here. I don't think it's a wolf situation. We just trying to get the situation we dealing with some attention.
Exactly.
Right. The people we are paying with our tax dollars to protect and serve, we try to get them to do their job.
Right, and so with this behind the gun, what we did, John Dietrich, fantastic reporter at the
salute paper. To John Dietrich.
Yeah, you know him.
Yeah,
and John Dietrich and I, we went to a bunch of community groups and we listened to them. And this is the event that they told us that they wanted. They said, look, you know, we need. Some of us are gun owners, and we feel like we have to live in a silo and we can't have real conversations about this. So we said, well, if you want that, and we start going to different groups, and they were saying the same thing. So we put this together, and I think this is a dynamic panel, and it's the right time to have this conversation. It's going to be Saturday, March 7th at the Prince Hall Masonic Temple, 1218 West North Avenue. You can sign up on the JS Online website. But yeah, and people say, who is this event for? This event is for if you're a gun owner, if you're not a gun owner, if you're thinking about buying a gun, if you just want to have a conversation about guns, you should be at this event.
Well, to me, we need to not only educate about gun ownership, we need to get to the youth and train them how to properly use a gun and what it's about. Because I see, when I get outside of the north side, I see a better understanding of what guns are and what they're capable of doing. But when I come into my community, we have a program version of guns where you got to, turn the gun to the side.
Exactly.
Nobody. This is all Hollywood. Television ideas that we look on TV and get that information. But it's real training. It's real people that are out here, gun owners, that'll train you how to use the gun, how to secure the gun, how to even teach the kids. These are the things that we got to go. This is the direction we got to go. And this meeting seems like, hey, look, we got gun owners that are trying to get their side of the story out here.
Exactly.
Black gun owners trying to get their side of the story where they are disciplined, they are trained, and they're willing to help you.
Exactly. And you know what's funny, Tori? I think when we talk about guns, I hate to say this, but, growing up, black people, especially our kids, we teach kids to fear guns.
Right.
But you go outside of Milwaukee, you go to the burbs and things like that, they're teaching kids gun skills.
Right.
So they don't have this bravado that, a gun means that they have the power. It's like they respect the gun. And we have to change our mindset around that because there's enough guns in the United States to arm every man, woman, and child. So the chances are high that your child will come across a gun. So you need to, instead of telling your kid to fear this gun, you should teach the kid to respect the gun so they don't do anything crazy.
Absolutely. And that's the thing, too. Not fear, but respect. Because if you respect it, you won't be out stealing guns. You won't be out using guns for illicit behavior, trying to rob people, stuff like that. That's not what it's for. It's for protection. It's for defense, not for offense. And a lot of times with our youth, they see it as a way of scoring points with their friends. I got a gun. Let's go do something. Just because what? I got a gun. And they do things that will ruin people's lives just because they have a gun.
Hey, look, when we come back, I want to discuss some of the negative stereotype on our community. Because I don't think we talk about it enough, especially when it comes to gun ownership. When we come back, we'll have more conversation. We got the legendary James Causey from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel and the Miracle Minister Kevin in studio. Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
You are listening to The Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Milwaukee business owners, this is your moment. Every Friday at 8 a.m., call in to 101.7 The Truth for What the Business Is. Tell us what your business is, where you're located, and one thing you've learned along the way. What the Business is powered by We Energies, delivering the energy that powers local business. Fridays at 8 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth. Fridays at 8 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth.
We need to optimize the PID controller for smoother robotic movements.
Our data analysis shows a significant correlation between the variables in both control groups.
The test shows you've experienced an acute myocardial infarction.
As you'll see on the syllabus, this course will largely focus on the Mesozoic era.
Get your child the access every child deserves. Enroll your K through 8th grade child by February 28 at Milwaukee College Prep, mkeprep.com/enroll.
Here's a dose of reality. Driving under the influence of prescription painkillers is just as illegal and just as deadly as driving drunk. In fact, there are nearly 2,000 drug-related crashes every year in Wisconsin. Help prevent drug driving, and let's achieve 0 preventable deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Driving on pills kills. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Departments of Health Services, Transportation, and Justice.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
In the trenches, they try to keep him out. He breaking all the fences, the big bad wolf blowing down the White House. Playing, see him coming and they turning all the lights out. Yeah, they turning all the lights out. Try to keep him quiet, but he never gonna pipe down. Man, it like the river and he never gonna dry out. Yeah, 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 yeah. You know what this is about, huh? The advocate, the one and only Tory Lowe, fighting for the city, fighting for the state.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. We got the legendary James Causey, Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, journalist, reporter, storyteller, award-winning journalist in studio, and we got the miracle minister Kevin in studios. We're talking about a program, an event that's scheduled to come into the community Saturday, March 7th at Prince Hall Masonic Temple at 1218 West North Avenue. I want to know why the stereotypes about gun ownership in black communities. Many times when we talk about guns, it's more stereotype ideas than actual reality. Oh, yeah. And actually, guns are a part of American culture, and they can be used safely. And many times when you're using it in that space, you don't even have to use it at all.
Right. Well,
in a safe space.
Well, let's start with the basics. When it comes to gun ownership, I think African Americans are more conservative about guns than white people are. You know, they own more guns than we do.
Right.
They teach their kids at a very young age how to handle a weapon. But when we see how we're portrayed on television, in movies, shooting guns sideways, using it as a status symbol to show how tough and bravado you are.
Had a gun in the back of your belt buckle.
Yeah, they show us in the most negative ways.
In your boot.
Yeah, all kinds of craziness. And I think that leaks out into society, and people see that and they think that's how they're supposed to shoot. That's how they're supposed to act. And that's how they're supposed to portray and improve their manhood with a gun. And truth be told, I grew up around guns. I grew up in the South with my grandparents in Mississippi, and my grandfather had a rifle or a gun almost in every room of the house. And he taught me at a very young age, you know, this is a gun, this is how it's used, don't play with it, all that kind of stuff. And I didn't. And he took me hunting. And so we used to go rabbit hunting and squirrel hunting and all that kind of stuff. It was one of those kind of things that I grew up doing. But I grew up around guns. And my father, you know, he was a military man. He served time in the Army, so he always had guns around the house too. But I never was one to take a gun and try to use it in a fit of anger, because they both instilled in me, if you ever get to the point where you feel like you have to pull a gun, you got to use it.
Right.
So don't get to that point. And so I always tried to use other ways and other means to avoid those kind of situations. And that's the kind of stuff we should be teaching, honestly. Now, there's going to be situations where you just can't get out of, like Eddie Silas, and he was in a situation of life and death. And he feels that the gun saved his life. But when you do pull a trigger, even if you're in the right,
you better make sure it's according to law.
Yeah, because if you have any kind of doubt or any kind of mistake, it's not easy. Shooting someone is very difficult.
Right.
Very hard. And you have to live with that on your conscience. Even if your life is in danger, that's something you have to live with. And those are real conversations that we need to have, because TV will make it seem like it's just a clean shot, you walk away and that's it. But you have to live with what you did for the rest of your life.
Well, I'll say this. I was watching the Power Universe. There's a lot of shooting going on in there. I find it amazing how, in some of these popular shows, they kill somebody and then the next scene, the body cleaned up, gone, and then they moving on to the next. Right. Ain't no big investigation. Ain't nobody trying to hide from the police. You know what I mean? It's just this illusion. We can't go along with the Hollywood narratives, because there are real situations like Miracle Minister Kevin's, where a young man, you went to an Uber situation, and they tried to actually rob you or try to, take control or whatever they was trying to do.
They had one desire, that was to kill me.
Right.
Yeah, that was it, because they never had a conversation with me about anything. Get out, give me your money. They didn't rob me. My money and my wallet was still in my pockets. First thing they did was put a gun in my head and pull the trigger.
So you don't think that they were trying to rob you?
They didn't. They had every opportunity. I had a wallet, had a ring, I had money in the pocket that I got back from the police department. They didn't do anything. They just didn't want the vehicle.
They just took the vehicle?
That's it.
Wow.
Just because they had a gun. So we have a gun, now we got the opportunity to do something. It don't sense having a gun if you're not going to do anything with it, right?
Wow.
So that was they thought. We got a gun, we got to do something with it. I feel powerful, like you say. I feel powerful because I got a gun. And it's a false power. It's not real. But I heard you say it earlier on the radio that the kids don't play outside like we did.
Right.
I grew up on 24th and Hopkins, and I was at Auburn Avenue all the time. And you had to wait half hour sometimes just to get a game off of 3 or 4 courts. You go up to Lincoln, you probably never play going up there.
Hey, you better get up there early.
You don't even see people at these playgrounds anymore.
Right.
You don't even see them out there playing basketball.
Because the gun violence done got that bad.
Right. But you have a lot of groups out there, and I ain't gonna dog all of them. So there are some good groups out there, but you got a lot of groups out there, and they're getting a lot of money to help the youth, but we don't see a lot of the help coming forth. What they had back in my day, they had warning basketball. And you went out, you played. They had all these different leagues back. They had football leagues. They had all these leagues, and the kids were flooding the playgrounds to participate in these events. Even when you talk about AAU, they had, the playground. They had all these different organizations that was there. People paid to get in it, whatever. They kept their youth busy. My daughter played AAU, kept her busy, and nowadays, all they need is a gun. They don't need a ball. They need a gun.
But let me jump in, and I don't want this to turn into a conversation of kids don't have anything to do, because there's plenty to do besides robbing an Uber driver and shooting them and leaving them for dead. I mean,
So you're saying it's on the parents?
It's on the parents. It's plenty. It's what the kids want to do. MPS puts out a rec book every fall, every spring, every summer, and you could pick from dozens of things that you want to do, that you can do. It's just that they don't want to do those things.
Some people say that those things were what my grandmama was using. Like, people want more modern technological ideas that their counterparts outside of the North Side are doing. They want that kind of neighborhood development, because they'll be in our neighborhood and we can't even get a skating ring here. Like, we can't even have they go out to places where they don't even want black kids at their skating ring. And we've been talking about this for years, that just something basic as a skating ring is a huge controversial idea in our community. So do we have what they need, or are we saying that it's there and they just don't want to participate?
That brought up a conversation that we had on when we were on our Zoom yesterday, where Homer Blow was talking about this, and he brought up the fact that, a lot of us are traumatized.
Yeah.
We're dealing with a lot of mental health issues, and then we have to address those issues before we could move forward and do these other things. And so he has this one saying, and I'm pretty sure you guys have heard it: grand opening, grand closing.
Right.
You go open up a skating rink tomorrow, but how long can you keep it open and safe?
You can open up a club today, and it's the grown-ups. You
Yep.
talk about the kids.
Yeah.
Okay, these adult clubs getting shut down.
But why is that? It could happen in other communities, but it can't happen in ours.
Because we're
The mentality.
the mentality,
It's a mentality.
and the trauma that's associated with it. Because we've been traumatized so much and for so long that, sometimes you can't see the trees. You know what I mean? Because you're blinded by everything else.
Plus, we are impulsive. Like we're taught to be emotionally driven.
Yeah.
And many times when you're emotionally driven, you only see one way to handle something.
Mm-hmm.
And I was definitely trying to tell people we have to teach problem-solving skills because I think that many times when we get upset, we're only trying to retaliate and many times in the worst way,
Mm-hmm.
And that comes through rap music. If you're looking at our basic programming of today, they show get back,
Exactly.
So many times that is a default in a lot of people's minds because they've been watching these programs, they've been listening to this music, NBA Youngboy, a lot of these gangster rap type concepts. Then when they get into the real situation, only thing that they can default to is what they've been constantly listening to and been viewing. And this is where we have to get into a space where, okay, that's entertainment. This is real life.
Exactly.
This is how you handle it in real life.
They don't realize that because they see it like the gangsters with the guns and they retaliate with the guns. But I was watching TMZ yesterday and it was on the airplane. Two rappers had a pillow fight.
Ja Rule and on the plane. Ja Rule and Tony Yayo.
Yep.
Too old for that.
They fight with pillows, but they got y'all out here in the street with guns.
Right.
Come on, man.
Hey.
Yeah. Too old for that.
All I'm saying is I think that this is a great step in the conversation when it comes to gun violence in the city.
I think it's going to be a great conversation. And just let me tell you again, it's March 7th at the Prince Hall Masonic Temple, 1218 West North Avenue. To sign up, go to jsonline.com, type in Behind the Gun, and then I'll bring up a story, and you can find the link in the story to sign up. It starts at 10 o'clock. We're going to feed you. We're going to give you information, and there will be informational booths there as well to help people. And there will be some giveaways. So you may want to.
It's sounding powerful.
It is powerful.
I think we forget the most important thing about it.
What's that?
It's free.
It's free.
It's free.
It's free.
Once again, we got a panel, Homer Blow, Michelle Bryant, Eddie Salas, and the Miracle Minister Kevin on the panel. It'll be hosted by James Causey from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. It sounds like an empowering event for those that want to understand and learn how to be or live with guns from people who are traditional gun owners in the black community.
Yes. And you will be surprised when we start putting this together and talking to people in the community. I was surprised at how many people have guns that I wouldn't have thought would own a gun. And I was like, oh, you own a gun? Oh, I didn't know that. And so because we live in these silos and you can't really talk, certain people can't say or admit that they own a gun because it's looked at in a certain way.
Right.
So,
like you violent.
Yeah. Even though some of these people are very well respected in the community, and it's viewed in a negative light, and we have to change that dynamic and conversation when it comes to that because, like I said, I'm a gun owner. I've written about it in columns saying, I will protect my family at all costs. And I haven't hid that from anyone. But there's a lot of people who are anti-gun. But I think if you're anti-gun, you can still come to this event and gain some knowledge out of it.
Well, I think that many times it depends on your perspective in life. And many times when you come out of neighborhoods that we live in, we fighting against the same elements as the police department.
Exactly.
We living right next door, like Tupac said. We living in the same communities where the crime is at.
Yes.
So you gotta, if somebody breaking your house, you got every right to protect your children and your family. So, you may not have the perception that a gun is something that can protect you and your family if you're anti-gun, but I'm saying that sometimes you just gotta make sure that you are understanding where you live and all of the elements that we see on the news is right down the street too. So you got to learn how to live either learn how to live and understand what to do with the gun, or you can be miseducated and end up risking lives.
Yeah, and
trying to use a gun,
and sometimes
even your own.
And sometimes you just can't wait for the police to get there. I wish we lived in Mayberry where you could call, make a phone call and
bullet out the pocket,
and the police could be there within 2 minutes. But that's just not the reality of everything.
My granddaddy kept a shotgun in the closet.
Would be being a victim of gun violence and raising my children. I never let them play with toy guns and stuff like that. But yet still, I believe everybody have a right to have a gun. I'm not anti-gun at all. I'll never see myself that way. I think every black woman should have a gun, be a responsible gun owner. Don't just have one, but be a responsible.
Don't try to buy a gun for somebody else.
That's responsible.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Be responsible, right?
So one of the things too, the owner or Prolific Arms, they will be offering some training sessions as well. So it's just like, when I got my concealed carry permit, I took the class and I was in there. The class went quick. Never had to even hold a gun or a fake gun or anything like that. And they was like, okay, you're good. I'm good at what? I don't, they don't know anything about me and guns. They don't know if I ever fired a gun before in my life. But that's all you need to be a gun owner in the state of Wisconsin, not be a felon and take this little class that they help you with and give you the answers, basically. I think we could all agree that more training is needed. I think we could all agree that, a lot of guns get stolen out of people's cars, so we should need to better protect our guns in cars, so put them in a lockbox or something like that. And I think we could all agree that proper storage is key. But however, there needs to be a way to get to your gun quickly, and those are kind of conversations that will be told at this event, where certain people do and how they keep themselves safe.
Well, look, we got a caller on the lines. We got Blake on the lines. Blake has a question for you, James Causey. How you doing, Brother Blake?
I'm doing good. Well, it's not actually a question. I would like to give flowers. James,
yes.
I was dancing on the court that I won my championship on with my daughter because I kept her busy. Now she's 35, getting ready to get married on my birthday weekend this year.
Okay.
But I was with my younger daughter and my other younger daughter, and you did a story on me.
Okay.
And I appreciate you. My name is Akpon Blake, and you did a story on me, dude. And I told you about my dad, my life, and everything. And my dad read it, and his people read it, and they was mad because out of the 3 hours we talked, dude got some feedback from it. I told him I didn't care. I got everything from my mama. But what I'm saying is, Minister Kevin, I'm looking forward to meeting you. I don't like the word victim. I got shot 4 times, March 8, 2000. I'll be at the program. Definitely touched my family. My niece got killed. So I'm looking for resolution and to resolve things in the community. But I call basically because all this week, my life has been touched around the station, and to have you on there today, I'm just letting you know you're a good brother. I appreciate you. You did that story about me, man. You touched my life. You touched my family. And like I say, with Tori and everything, I'm not hard to be found. Once everybody get to moving, just let me know who I'm going to be leading.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Pow!
Have a good day, everybody.
Thank you.
All right. I'm going to give y'all final thoughts before we run the break.
Yeah, my final thought is please come to this event. We have space. We're going to feed you. You'll gain valuable knowledge. It's free and open to the public. We hope to see you there.
It's not political. It's about responsibility. And like Tori said, it's about helping our community. So if you're interested in helping the community, we would love for you to be there to chime in. Everybody is welcome.
All right. Look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we're going to open up the lines. Stay locked in.
Don't touch that dial. The Tori Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. City Conference season is coming down to the wire, and we have a battle of two of the top teams in the City Conference Gold Division. Tune in Thursday night as the Milwaukee Hamilton Wildcats go on the road and look to knock off the top team in the City Conference, the Milwaukee Juno Pioneers. Tip-off is set for 7 o'clock. The City Conference Game of the Week on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com is sponsored by Milwaukee Public Schools and presented by Gruber Law Offices.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. There's a sense of pride, community, and work ethic that's second to none. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. We've been here and will continue to be here for as long as you need us. Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all.
He's the voice for the people and the community's connection to change.
Sometimes justice looks different to me. Do you want them in jail for murdering Corey Stingley? Yes, you do. Do you want them to go to trial for what they did and go through that process? Hey, you know. But at the end of the day, the men that took Corey Stingley's life, something happened to where they have to accept the fact that they did that and that they have to be labeled a murderer for a certain length of time and when it was nothing, I think that was a huge thing that happened when you had to climb mountains to get to this point. 13 years.
The Tori Lowe Show, weekdays from 1 to 4 p.m. Live on YouTube and right here on 1017 The Truth.
Dad's gonna be far side, good.
What should I do with my dress?
Do little wiggles. The slate's coming in.
What does it feel like when you're down or having a bad day?
It feels sad, like you just don't want to do anything.
All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed supporting kids' mental health?
I had never experienced players being so down that they can't even participate.
You're just in tears in the huddle. I didn't know what to do.
Teachers need tons of help.
Kids Mental Health Foundation offers educational materials to help guide conversations with our students.
It's so important that we are constantly educating ourselves.
It's the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation has free tools and information developed by experts because kids' mental health starts with all of us. Scan the QR code or check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. The Milwaukee Bucks are in Orlando again for a rematch of Monday's showdown where the Bucks lost 118-99. Tonight's game starts at 6 p.m. with one more game before All-Star break tomorrow night in OKC. In college basketball, Badger basketball forced OT against 8th-ranked Illinois, ultimately winning the game 92-90 in a huge upset. Badgers are 17-7 on the year and 6th in the Big Ten. UW-Milwaukee won their game against the Indy Jaguars 92-88. UWM sits at 10-17 on the year. Marquette lost a close one last night against Villanova 77-74.
James will bring it up right side. 6 seconds left, down 3. James trying to get it. The Stevens does. They've got a second left. He'll throw up a shot, blocked, taken away by Villanova, and that's the end of the game.
Their next matchup is against Xavier on Saturday at 2 p.m. This Sports Update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams, member FDIC.
This is the Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Well, the morning for the dawn. Now the party has begun. Get your hat, put on your shoes. Tori Lowe is coming through. Tori Lowe, get on the floor. You want some more? Tori Lowe, Tori Lowe.
1017 The Truth. Tori Lowe Show. Look, I'm just hanging out with James Causey and the Minister Kevin. I told them they can hang out in the studio with me, so that we know as we go on into the show, they may throw some input. They may want to hang out. They can do whatever they want to do in the studio today. They had a great conversation about Behind the Guns. Behind the Gun. It's Saturday, March 7th at Prince Hall Masonic Temple, 1218 West North Avenue. It's going to be powerful. And what the time? What's the time? 11:30?
Doors open at 9, but doors open at 9.
Doors open at 9 a.m.
But the event starts at 10 o'clock.
Okay, so doors open at 9 a.m. It starts at 10 o'clock. So if y'all want to get out Saturday, March 7th, Prince Hall Masonic Temple, 1218 West North Avenue. But I want to get into this situation where I saw Ghislaine Maxwell with the Epstein situation. Ghislaine. Okay, I hear several. Ghislaine Maxwell, yeah. When I say Ghislaine, yeah, Ghislaine.
You said it before, and I thought you said gasoline.
That's what Minister Kevin said I said.
Huh?
Ghislaine Maxwell, I guess. Okay, well, she a pedophile, so I don't care. I don't owe her no respect. But what I will say is this. She pled the fifth. She just pled the fifth. They was trying to question her and get some information. She repeatedly invoked the Fifth Amendment right. We got some video on this. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. We got some video. Let's listen.
Ms. Maxwell, were you a close friend and confidant of Jeffrey Epstein?
I would like to answer your question, but on the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer this question and any related questions. My habeas petition is pending in the Southern District of New York. I therefore invoke my right to silence under the Fifth Amendment to the U.S. Constitution.
Let the record reflect that Ms. Maxwell has invoked the Fifth Amendment against self-incrimination. Ms. Maxwell, please be very clear. Are you declining to answer the question put to you solely on the ground that you believe the answer will incriminate you?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to silence.
Ms. Maxwell, did you at any time play any role in Jeffrey Epstein's activities involving the recruitment, grooming, or trafficking of young women or girls?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to silence.
Let the record reflect that Ms. Maxwell has invoked the Fifth Amendment against self-incrimination. Ms. Maxwell, please be very clear.
That's good, Andrew, because she just keeps saying this. Now, let me tell you something. She's smarter than some of y'all. I mean, some of y'all get up in the police station and tell all your business, and you wonder why your lawyer can't help you because you done told all the information to the other side. Sometimes you got to shut up. And I wish she would talk. I wish she would tell, because we got a dump out here, all these Epstein files. But I'm gonna draw back a little bit, then I'm gonna get back into the point I was trying to prove. But you got a right to remain silent, and anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. So you do have a right to invoke your Fifth Amendment rights. Now, a lot of y'all try to tell everything to the officer instead of waiting till you go to court to have your day in court. And sometimes you forget that you got a right to be quiet, and then when you tell everything, that's why them public defenders that y'all get, because y'all know y'all ain't got the $3,000 deposit to put down on no real lawyer. Some of y'all go in there with the public defender, and I believe that some public defenders could probably help you if you would have shut up. But since you went and told all the information, and now every time you tell the truth, it look like you did it. You could have just been quiet, but I'm going to rest on that. Miss Maxwell, that's what they was calling her, Andrew, Miss Maxwell. She is quiet because she knows her rights, but at the same time, she's already been sentenced, but I guess she got a habeas corpus.
Yeah, habeas corpus, people like to use that, but I mean...
She's trying to do something legally where her lawyers probably told her to shut up. But what I'm saying is all of this stuff that's going on with the case, with all of this dump, I mean, she ain't got to say nothing about her case. We just trying to find out about Trump and Bill Clinton. We just trying to figure out other people's stuff. So why would her telling about other people's situation affect her? That's all I'm saying. What you say, Andrew?
Because she was there. That's why.
But what I'm saying is, yeah, if she was there, but all right, yeah, well, she was watching. So, well, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. On Sunday afternoon, the Milwaukee Panthers return home to face in-state rival UW Green Bay Phoenix at the UWM Panther Arena for the Battle of I-43.
Loop a pass, baseline right, Franklin, in on Cotton, reverse layup. Oh, that was pretty. Elam, wrap a pass, left corner, Jackson, trigger three, and he hits it.
Scott Warris has the coverage starting at 1:30 p.m. on 1017 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 2 o'clock.
Injured at work, unable to work due to health problems, or denied veteran benefits you're entitled to? Last year, Tayback Law returned over $73 million in wrongfully denied VA and Social Security benefits to people in our communities. Tayback Law celebrates Black History Month by bringing its message to 101.7 The Truth. The team is thrilled to see Milwaukee achieve this exciting new outlet for speaking truth to power. And Tayback Law is always ready to fight for you. Call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com. The Humane Animal Welfare Society, HAWS, believes in keeping pets healthy and families together. No one should have to choose between rent and veterinary care. The Wellness Clinic at Hawes Animal Shelter in Waukesha offers important basics of dog and cat care to our community. Pet owners can schedule general exams, sick visits, receive vaccinations, even get preventatives and nail trims. Appointments are available weekdays and can be scheduled by calling 262-542-8852. Contact Hawes of Waukesha today for your pet's care.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
I'm Angela Bassett. As a first responder on screen, I know what it means to act fast in an emergency. In real life, the same urgency can save lives, especially when it comes to a food allergy. For 33 million Americans, one bite can turn an ordinary meal into a life-threatening reaction. And too often, they don't have the one thing that could save them, epinephrine. But emergencies don't wait. And when a severe reaction happens, being prepared makes all the difference. Now, there's a needle-free option, a new way to carry epinephrine that makes it easier than ever to be ready. No needles, no hesitation, because when the unexpected happens, the best thing you can do is be ready. Know the risk, know the options. Be ready to act. Learn more at foodallergy.org/ready to act.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Money, I got a crib in the middle of the city and I like it a lot. I got some clothes in my closet, I can never be hot. And we just talking about material things, I got a lot. And we just talking about material things, I got a lot. I got a shorty with some perfect hips and she get it poppin'. She love to argue cause she love to make up sex, it's a lot. I don't mean to brag.
101. 7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Look, we got the boys in town. We got the boys in the studio. Hey, look, we got James Causey and the Miracle Minister Kevin hanging out in the studio today. I'll say this, when we talk about the Maxwell and the Epstein dump and the she's pleading the fifth, to me, and I'll add y'all to the conversation with this. When you see all of these files being dumped out here with all of these names, now it's names across the board. Republican names on there, entertainers on there, people that we don't even know about on the list. You know, people that we didn't even, in Milwaukee, that made in the files. You know what I mean? So what's going on with this, James?
Honestly, when it comes to the Epstein files, everybody was screaming, release the files, release the files. They release them. A lot of things are redacted. But honestly, until people are going to prison, What difference does it make? I don't see anybody big and powerful going to prison behind this. And so because nobody is going to prison or nobody's doing serious time, it's almost like we're re-victimizing the victims.
Right.
And I thought this was about the victims. Is this really about the victims and them getting justice, or is this about whose name on there so we could decide if we're mad or not?
Well, I'll say this. What people have been doing is going at each other because they have selective outrage. And when you talk about, at one point, because everybody just want Trump to go to jail. I mean, that's the main sentiment, and I understand that. Put him in jail. But so do all these other people go to jail that you like? Jay-Z on the list, Pusha T,
right?
Like all of these other people. Now I see people pulling back. Well, I don't know. The victim might have, that might have been some false information. Now, everybody. So now we got the imbalance now, because now people who really was like, whoever on the list, we gonna trash them. And now I see those same people pulling back. Well, I don't know about this person, or I heard that Eminem may have been. I like Eminem. I don't know if he should be. I don't know if that was right. They said the FBI said it was unsubstantial. Picking and choosing.
It's picking and choosing, and like I said, if it's really about the victims, and we have thousands and thousands of files that they've dumped on us with all these names and all these alleged incidents that took place, until people start going to prison, I think this is going to eventually die down, because people are going to get tired of hearing about all these names and nobody's going to prison, nobody's doing time, and then you know how our attention span is, we'll move on to something else.
But we suffer because what I say is this is why we suffer, because the residents of the community, these are our kids. The ones that are the victims are from our communities.
Yes.
So it's like, okay, we going back and forth, but yet we suffer, and if it goes away and nobody goes to jail, we lose because it continues to happen.
Well, what I see with it, Tori, is it's a big problem that all these young ladies, young girls, were victimized by these adults. And sure, there's hundreds of names, maybe thousands of names, what's been going on for a long time. But the main problem is it's being politicized. Once you throw politics in it, nothing happens. And it reminds me of Emmett Till. They knew the truth a long time ago, but they'll wait 50 years or so before they come out with the truth, where it's too late to do anything about it. So I think there might be the same thing with this case here. They're going to put it on the back burner for another 30, 40 years, and then once everybody is gone, passed on and everything, then the truth, all them names will come out.
It's political, but it's also financial. We're talking about some of the richest people in the world.
Right.
And very rich, powerful people tend to not go to prison. They just don't. And that's why we are not seeing a lot of people getting handcuffed and taken to trial and thrown in prison.
Do you believe, and I'm going to just throw this out here because I see a lot of commotion about Epstein the night where they said he allegedly died, that one of the COs said something that contradicts what we heard in public, where the CO said that they moved him around funny that night, to where he kind of believed that what the story that went out in the public wasn't what he saw that night, which fuels the conspiracy theorists that people like to call. Seem like the conspiracy theorists is up. They up in points. But at the end of the day, could Epstein possibly had huger connections that could have allowed him to get out the situation?
It's amazing that he wasn't watched by like 50 people that night that he died. Why? I mean, come on, this man has all the information.
All the dirt.
On a lot of powerful people, and you trust his safety to just one or two security guards? Come on.
That was even something in the files where they said that he was having a conversation about the COVID-19 shot. Okay, so that rabbit hole, I don't even think it's rabbit hole no more because we got the files.
I'm finna do a Benjamin and jump down the rabbit hole here. I got a break.
Here we go.
Invoke Benjamin.
Oh, wow.
And go down the rabbit hole. I don't believe for a half a second that he committed suicide. Either A, they took him out, or B, he's alive and hiding somewhere. They put him away somewhere. I don't believe for a second. Where was the body at? Where's the funeral? Same thing with Charlie Kirk. Where was the body? Where's the funeral? I mean, he had a funeral, but did you see the body? I heard that they didn't even see a body there. You know, I guess because whatever shot. But I'm saying with Epstein, where's the body?
All I'm saying is he probably knew the warden, had some dirt on the warden. If you partying with Prince royalty,
Prince Andrew,
you know what I mean? Like you out here with the big dogs. Come on now, that's a little favor. They probably got an investment in the prison. They own the prison. Let them out. Like if you own the prison, could you let somebody out? I'm just trying to figure this out.
No, it gets back to my wife. You know, as a journalist, and my wife has to listen to all my theories all the time. She pretty much told me, until somebody's going to prison, don't talk to me about it. She's just tired of hearing about it. And I think that's where this level of conversation is going in this nation right now. Because you see all these names, you see all these, we're going to release another 30,000 pages or all this kind of stuff. And, you know, who's actually really reading the pages? Who's actually doing that deep dive? I don't know. I guess my point is I don't think anybody powerful is really going to prison behind this, no matter what.
Not in the U.S.
No, they're not.
But maybe Prince Andrew over the UK might, but in the U.S., I don't know, because if you open the door to put one in,
you got to put all of them.
You got to be some talking.
So with all of these files, only one powerful person goes down? Nah, that ain't.
All the dominoes fall. When you knock one domino down, everything
they all go fall.
We will
and
see.
They don't want that.
We will see. I don't think anybody powerful is going down.
Oh, wow. Also, I wanted to, while y'all still here, I want to come back to the city. They're saying that we have a situation with grocery stores closing. The food desert is that food desert idea is starting to pick up a lot of traction on a lot of the talk, a lot of the circuits. What do you think about the food desert concept that black people don't have access to fresh fruits and vegetables?
Well, it's beyond just a food desert. It's a drugstore desert, too, because we're losing CVS's and Walgreens and things like that where we pick up our parents and our own medications. I mean, so it started with that, and then it's spread over to grocery stores. And I understand grocery stores operate on a very thin line, you know, of profitability. And one thing they could always come back at is, especially in the inner city, they can always say, well, theft is on the rise. That's going in our profit margins.
That's what, and most people stop right there.
That's all they have to say, and that's it. So how do you get a grocery store to stay? I think you have to be very innovative in how you do that. Maybe you, like when you build libraries, maybe you build a grocery store on the first floor. You got to make it mixed use so people can always have that access to things. But it's not just in the inner city. Rural communities depend on like gas stations for their fresh fruits and vegetables too, because they don't have big grocery stores. So this is like a thing where if you don't have a car, a reliable vehicle and transportation to get to and fro to different grocery stores, you're going to be in trouble. And this is a growing trend that started probably about 5-6 years ago, and it's really picking up steam now.
Well, one thing I'll say about that as well, we also we have a food desert at Amazon Fresh. That's over and done with. They canceled Amazon Fresh, where you go there, they deliver your groceries, all that. But what I say, I don't see this as a problem, this food desert. I see it as an opportunity. Because we complain so many times about how all the Arabs and the Chinese, all these people come to our community and get these stores and open them up. Now it's an opportunity for us to get these places and come up, like I said, be innovative. Come up with good ideas to make sure that you're not going to be out of business. Like you say, Homer Blow say, you grand opening, grand closing. You know, we don't want to get to that. So come up with some new ideas. Get the city involved. Give you grants and open up the stores, and now we can have black-owned business back in our community. It's an opportunity now. Don't look at it as a problem. Look at it as an opportunity.
Hey, well, look, I appreciate y'all for sliding through.
Thank you for having us.
It's been amazing. I appreciate when I get good brothers to come through. James Causey, Miracle Minister Kevin, great conversation. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we're going to open up the lines. Stay locked in.
Yes! We got some news for you. Sister Bailey.
Yes!
Inform Truth Nation what is coming and what they need to do.
They need to mark their calendars.
Yes!
For Friday, February 20th, for the second annual Truth Community Awards.
Read!
Hosted by Home of Love.
Yes!
And your girl, Bailey Coleman.
Talk to me!
Celebrating individuals making a real difference in our community. And here's the important part.
Yes!
Tickets are on sale now. Visit 1017thetruthAwards.com to learn more. Woo! 5:30 to 8 p.m. at Venue 3.
We gonna be there! We gonna be there! We gonna be there! We gonna be there!
The Truth Community Awards are presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Milwaukee College Prep, Cousin Subs, Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market Hall, and the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation.
Day 1, diagnosis day. The hardest day. The day you hear,
I'm sorry, this is a type of blood cancer.
But day 1 is just one day. At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day 1.
On day 45, I discovered an online community who shared great tips for in-treatment care.
I missed a lot of school during treatment, and LLS helped me keep up.
We are here for you. We exist for everyone fighting leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, and other types of blood cancer.
On day 185, LLS helped me file my insurance claims properly.
Day 5,840 and counting, and I'm still in remission.
To learn more and get help on day 1, day 2, day 983, or any day, please visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572. That's LLS.org, 1-800-955-4572.
People don't realize that glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness.
Because there are often no early symptoms, nearly half of those with glaucoma may not even know they have it until vision loss has occurred.
I was diagnosed with normal tension glaucoma in July of 2020. And what we found out at that point was I had already lost 40% of my sight. And you think it only affects people that are, 75 or older, retired, grandparents, and that's not the reality of it.
I didn't think at all glaucoma was going to affect me because I didn't know of anyone that had glaucoma, no one in my family. When you have glaucoma, you can't get back that sight that you lost. And so early detection and treatment is vitally, vitally important.
Don't miss life's most beautiful moments. Schedule an eye exam today.
National Glaucoma Research, a bright, focused foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Learn how to protect your sight at stopglaucoma.org.
Milwaukee's Black Talk lives here. You are listening to 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Low, the truth, from 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Low from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Low Show, live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the 3rd hour of the Tory Low Show. And here we go, right here in the city. MPS addresses $46 million budget gap. There's a $46 million budget gap with MPS. We got to talk about it. Also, a Milwaukee corner store owner faces fraud charges of $1.6 million in SNAP benefits. We got a lot to talk about in this next segment, Truth Nation. I'm going to really need y'all to open up your ears on this because I'm shaking my head. MPS, they got a $46 million budget gap. We got some audio on this. I need y'all to listen. I'm gonna give y'all my reaction to this. We got audio and video. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. Hit that like and subscribe button, Truth Nation. Let's listen.
Public schools is now $46 million in the hole. No, as we all know, the district is no stranger to messy money situations. We have reported numerous times over the years of Milwaukee Public Schools falling behind when it comes to reporting budget deadlines. Now, which Superintendent Brenda Casellia, she says that played a significant role in accurate budgeting in areas like transportation. Now, as for restoring the district's fiscal health, here is what is being proposed. Now, an immediate soft hiring freeze on all non-essential new positions, controlling current spending. Now, the budget also, as far as priorities, it includes putting a cap size on classrooms to 28 students for elementary schools and 32 students for middle schools. Now, we did have a chance to catch up with the superintendent after tonight's meeting. She says she became aware of this deficit in mid-January. Could this have been avoided if the budget reporting deadlines were met previously?
I absolutely believe that if you have good auditing and you have good accounting, you absolutely have much better budgets.
So the district has had 3 financial audits in the past 13 months, 2 of which were significantly overdue, and now we have a $46 million budget deficit. You say this new budget is a reflection of your values, so where does total non-transparency about financial mismanagement factor into your values?
Hey, that's why they pay her the $400,000 to handle the tough questions. But once again, the mismanagement, $46 million budget gap. And this the educated people. These the people that's supposed to be educated. And then one of the directors, the financial directors, the new one from Minnesota is under investigation for fraud over in Minnesota. They ain't even do a background check on him. I mean, I don't know if it's in his background check because he under investigation. But what I'm saying is, what we doing with this? $46 million ain't no drop in the bucket. $46 million, and we are paying more because of the referendum. Teachers got a raise, and now they still got to finagle and cut classes and cut staff and, But they said they wasn't going to do this if they got the referendum. What they call it, false advertising. That's a name for this, called false advertising. Here we go. Here we go. If y'all want to join the conversation, 833-212-1017. What's going on with the budget? Why these educated people can't get the paperwork together? We had this conversation a while back, but now $46 million. Where it go? What's going on with the money? Even if you misappropriated the paperwork, what happened to the money? Was it a wire transfer? It had to go somewhere. It just didn't disappear. Here we go. We might got one of the Minnesota things going on. That's why they got the dude over here from Minnesota so he can probably, work some magic on the finances. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But we also got another situation where Milwaukee corner store owner faces charges for fraud. They say he done did something with $1.6 million in SNAP benefits. We got audio and video on this. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. And salute to my YouTube subscribers. We just hit 6,000 followers on YouTube. Hey, I told you the chat was powerful. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. We got video on this corner store that took a $1.6 million in SNAP benefits. Let's listen.
Here telling me that they saw agents pulling evidence out of here more than a year ago. That investigation now finally yielding charges. The store owner accused of defrauding a state program intended to feed hungry families.
The Hot Spot was a popular corner grocery and liquor store for decades in the Garden Homes neighborhood, owned by the same family for generations.
I don't remember exact date, but early 2000.
Okay, so about 20 years, over 20 years?
Over 20 years.
And is this your family's main source of income?
Yes.
But the owner, Neil Jabbar, began to run into trouble in recent years, including having his liquor license revoked at this 2023 License Committee meeting, the revocation a response to security issues.
Well, the hotspot's closed now, all locked up. Neighbors telling me they didn't want to go on camera, but say they recall agents raiding the store a couple of summers ago, and that it has been closed since last summer at least.
Now we're learning why. Federal prosecutors this month leveling 2 counts against Jabbar, claiming he was defrauding the SNAP Food Share Benefits Program, which is taxpayer funded, out of some $1.6 million between 2022 and 2024. Prosecutors say he'd give people cash in exchange for the food benefits on their Quest EBT cards. The cash would be less than the amount of the cards, but he'd charge the state and federal government for the full amount. They say Jabbar used the money he made to pay off personal loans and credit cards, to fund his membership to a vacation club, and even spend it at retail stores like Target, Gucci, and Nordstrom.
What kind of prison time could he face?
Well, according to the documents we've obtained, he's agreed to plead guilty in exchange for lowered sentencing recommendations to 2 federal counts. And on those cases, he could face a maximum sentence of more than 20 years, though.
Wow. Now, that hotspot had been it was a lot of drama over there, a consistent nuisance. It became, I think it was becoming a nuisance property. People out there hanging out there selling weed and smoking weed. And every time one of the residents in the neighborhood would come to me talking about the hot spot was doing this, they was always on, social media for something negative going on at the hot spot. Now come to find out he was stealing money. $1.6 million in SNAP benefits, getting the money and charging the state. This is what I'm saying. At least they got him. Salute that they got him. You know what I mean? They say this happened from 2022 to 2024. So he was living look, when you scam, you lived a good life for a little bit. Till they catch on. Sometimes the system don't catch on right away, like the county and the insurance benefits. But when they get you, they got you. And I guess they saying 20 years for this. So they, hopefully they lived a life of luxury. Some of these people, when they be scamming, I don't see why they be getting on the internet and trying to act like they living this life of luxury. Everybody know you ain't got no job like that. Like the woman in Charlotte, the Charlotte Congresswoman, had her 50th birthday blowed out. You ain't making that much money from the Common Council, being on the council, unless you in Milwaukee. They just got a raise. But what I'm saying is, why would you scam and then run out there with all of the extra? Get on internet. Everybody know you ain't got it like that. You ain't that smart. You smart enough to scam somebody, but I know you ain't clocking that much the way you talking, the way you doing all the extra. You ain't got that. You ain't got it like that. All of a sudden you pulling up in the horse and the carriage. Say, hey, you scamming. And that's what the federal government, y'all think y'all slick. Every time the federal government look at y'all Instagram and Facebook and they see y'all doing something lavish, trust me, you under investigation. They know you ain't got it like that. It ain't even no jobs in the community that's paying that. All right. Look, when we come back, we're going to have more discussion, Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The award-winning 1017 The Truth proudly celebrates Black excellence and the most monumental moments in our history. Tune in for Dr. Ken's trivia, spotlighting powerful facts and moments you need to know. And Tori Lowe's Our Voices, Our Stories, amplifying the youth, perspectives, and lived experiences that define who we are. Celebrating Black excellence, celebrating our history. All month long on 1017 The Truth.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Here's a dose of reality. Driving under the influence of prescription painkillers is just as illegal and just as deadly as driving drunk. In fact, there are nearly 2,000 drug-related crashes every year in Wisconsin. Help prevent drugged driving, and let's achieve 0 preventable deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Driving on pills kills. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Departments of Health Services, Transportation, and Justice.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Metastatic breast cancer, or stage 4 breast cancer, happens when cancer spreads beyond the breast to other parts of the body. About 168,000 women are living with it today, with Black women at a higher risk due to various factors. Research has led to treatments that help manage the disease and improve quality of life. The Everyday Counts study explores how nutrition and exercise coaching can support women with metastatic breast cancer. To learn more about the Everyday Counts study in Milwaukee, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu. If you or someone you know has stage 4 breast cancer, please encourage them to call and enroll in this valuable study. Again, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu.
This is the Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This is Tori Lowe from The Truth at Educators Credit Union. Your money is powered by purpose. Educators Credit Union community advocates driven to uplift the Milwaukee community with donations to local organizations such as Milwaukee Tool, the library, and sponsorships of events large and small that take place right in our own backyard. Make the switch to ECU.com. That's ECU.com. Insured by NCUA. Membership eligibility required. Also, this Black History Month, 1017 The Truth, opening up the mic to Milwaukee's youth, young boys and girls sharing their Black history moments and what it means to them in their own words. I'll be reading and sharing your submissions right here with The Truth all month long. Our voices, our stories. If you know a young person with something to say, share their message right here on 1017 The Truth. Go to 1017 The Truth, or just hit me up on social media and we'll get you in the right space. Let's amplify our youth voices together, brought to you by Educators Credit Union and Tayback Law. I'll say this. I wanted to swing back over to Minnesota because I've been trying to get this one off for a second, for a couple days now, because I saw this going viral on social media. And this right here is just, it just makes you raise an eyebrow, because the protesters are upset with ICE because of deportation. Let's keep it general because we can get more detailed. Y'all can actually call in if y'all want to get more detailed about it. We understand that. But there was a situation where the protesters was out and it was a black ICE agent. And they started calling the black ICE agent the N-word. Now, ain't these supposed to be the people that, want us to come out, help, and get involved? Well, they seen a brother ICE agent, and they called him the N-word with the hard ER. Understand what I'm saying? And they kept saying it. These the liberals, the ones that y'all, we got to get out here, we got to work together. They could have called him every other name but the N-word. They could have called him, sellout. They could have called him an Uncle Tom or something like that. You working with ICE. You Uncle Tom, you selling your people out of, whatever. No, they went with the hard ER. Like they called him the straight N-word. You know what I mean? And I'm going to tell you right now, I keep telling y'all, sit back. I told you to mind your own black business. I try to tell y'all. And I'm going to keep uncovering this kind of stuff when I see it because they didn't even have to call him. They didn't even have to call him out of his name like that. It's other names that you could call somebody, But they went in with they went back to their ancestral energy. They went back to the DNA and called him I can say it, but I ain't gonna say it because I don't never say the N-word like that on the air. And a lot of people, you choose to say it or not if you want to, but I don't say stuff like that on the air. Now, if you catch me on the side, I might say something to you, like, you know what I mean. But I'm not gonna say nothing on the air like that because we all know we don't have to keep hearing it over and over again. But this ICE agent was a brother, and they always say black people need to get involved. Understand what I'm saying? We need to we shouldn't be sitting this one out. But now the N-word come up and you don't hear nobody really talking about this situation in particular. Now they'll show you what they want you to see. But this one, you got to be paying attention to see this video. And I don't understand why, if they, want us to get involved, why would they say the liberals that was out there would call him the hard ER? Is there something that make you go home? Keep sitting back. Keep staying in the cut. You're going to see more and more what I've been telling y'all. Mind your own black business. Trust me. Because some folks love using black people to fight. And once we kick in the door and we land on the floor, they walk over us and get what they need. I understand what I'm saying. Mind your own black business. We got Eddie on the lines. Eddie will call in with this.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Hey, Tori, how you doing?
How you doing, Brother Eddie?
Doing good. First, I want to throw something out to you. I was at this great little cafe in Shorewood. It's a newer cafe. I think it's been open for maybe 3 years. It's called Love Cafe. It's kind of a yoga, kind of a vegetarian cafe. And Kaylee Atkinson, the owner, told me today, when you get on the radio, you invite those listeners from 101.7 to my cafe and tell them they're welcome, and we have yoga in the mornings. We've got some great, vegan and vegetarian dishes.
Maybe,
and I told her I would do
we
that.
Got something with the morning show on Fridays. With Homer Ball. They could call in and talk about their business on the morning show. They got a whole segment for that.
I didn't know that. I'm going to have her do that.
Right.
But this is right by Shorewood High School on the corner of Oakland Avenue and Beverly, kind of right behind Shorewood High School. But
if they say they heard it on The Truth, do they get a discount, like a 50% off?
See, I want to do that. I want to do that to Kaylee because I like pulling stuff on her, right? Like messing with her. But I don't want to get the blowback from that, right?
Okay. So, all right.
But she wanted me to invite everybody to a Love Cafe in Shorewood.
Here we go.
Okay. Okay, about this Minneapolis thing. I love this. That you're seeing the real practice of hypocritical liberals. And you and I have been talking about this for 5 years. I remember when Liz used to call me all sorts of names, really horrible names and labels.
I don't see nothing change. And you have never talked to Liz off air.
No, I haven't.
Okay,
but
so don't
I'm
throw
saying
that out
that.
to you.
Right, I think she's kind of cleaned up her act on this. And
No,
it was just
I think
fantastic because
you haven't came out to any events, and that's the problem.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
you're not even coming out to the
I'll come out
community awards. I
will come out.
Eddie, if you don't come out to the community awards, it's not going. Yeah.
What?
You got to come out to the community
I might
awards.
have COVID.
$20.
When is it? When
$20
is it?
bucks.
When
February
is it?
20th.
When?
February 20th.
I might
Right
have
here at the
COVID.
3rd Street
I might have
Market Hall.
COVID.
$20.
If I don't have COVID, I'll be there. Okay.
Tickets are on sale now. Go to 1017thetruth.awards.com to purchase a ticket. $20, free food, free drinks.
Should I get a free ticket? I'm part of the talent now.
No, you don't come out to that. No, you're not on-air talent. You just somebody that calls in after you sniff for a couple paintbrushes. Did you ever look up the fact that the paint roller could have been invented by a black guy?
Yes. You absolutely lied about that.
No, I
it was invented by the whitest Canadian guy you'd ever seen in a
That's
picture.
the one that they got the patent. Now, you know a lot of inventors got robbed out of their patents.
I hear that. But I also hear that you guys built the pyramids. You built the pyramids, okay?
I don't know.
So,
but all I know
anyway,
is that paint roller that you got at your business, it's questionable.
I don't believe you. I just don't believe it. I looked it up.
Here we go.
I looked it up. The guys at the hardware store looked it up.
And what did he say?
They found the same thing I did. So they said that it was a white guy, a Canadian guy. Just like the inventor of basketball was a Canadian white guy named Naismith. So if blacks dominate basketball, isn't that cultural appropriation?
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
What about what? Okay, well, I'm a shift.
Nike tennis shoe, cultural appropriation.
They said that if the All-Star game this year was black versus white, they said that it may make it an interesting game, Eddie.
Because the Europeans, we had to go to Europe. We had to do that. But they're absolutely fantastic. Let's be honest about it. We can't deny it every day, all the time. White guys are on their way back. We're the best boxers, MMA fighters, dominating NBA basketball. Yes, story.
Here we go. Eddie.
All right, let's get to this Minneapolis thing. I remember when I used to preach to you and Liz about Republicans really wanting the best for the African-American community. And you guys, if you had a chance to hit me with a stick, Liz would have hit me with a stick.
Political party has, within the last 80 years, has any real results when it comes to the black community. Zero.
I can tell you this. I know from talking to conservative right-wing Republicans like myself, we want the best for everybody, and that includes the African-American community.
Well,
Tori.
I'm going to tell you this.
Okay?
I don't care what you hope or what you think. I'm only telling you what I see. So you can miss me with all that extra.
Andrew, let me just say this quick. What you're seeing with these white Antifa types calling a black officer the N-word is the leftist liberal hypocrisy. They anoint themselves enlightened, and in that way they can justify anything. So on that note, I got to go. I'm almost home now. I'm going to get a cup of coffee at this coffee shop. I got to go.
Why do we put up with Eddie? If he don't come to the community awards, we go out to shorten his. He only get like 30 seconds.
I was going to say 60. 30's probably fair too.
30 seconds. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The Humane Animal Welfare Society, HAWS, believes in keeping pets healthy and families together. No one should have to choose between rent and veterinary care. The Wellness Clinic at Hawes Animal Shelter in Waukesha offers important basics of dog and cat care to our community. Pet owners can schedule general exams, sick visits, receive vaccinations, even get preventatives and nail trims. Appointments are available weekdays and can be scheduled by calling 262-542-8852. Contact Hawes of Waukesha today for your pet's care.
Life isn't a single moment. It's a shared ribbon that bends through the years. It binds us to the things and people we love most. One insurance company knows this because they live it. For 100 years, we've been with your family for the moments that matter most. Erie Insurance.
Find a local agent at erieinsurance.com.
Truth Nation, it's time once again to celebrate excellence, passion, and the power of community at the second annual Truth Community Awards, happening Friday, February 20th at Venue 3 inside the 3rd Street Market Hall in downtown Milwaukee. This award show will honor the unsung heroes who show up, give back, and make a positive impact in our community every single day. We are rolling out the red carpet and showing love to those who truly deserve it. Buy your tickets now by visiting 1017thetruthAwards.com. Tickets are just $20, which includes free food and exclusive Truth giveaways. Join the 1017 The Truth team for an unforgettable night of entertainment, inspiration, and community pride at the 2nd Annual Truth Community Awards on Friday, February 20th at Venue 3 in Milwaukee. The Truth Community Awards are presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Milwaukee College Prep, Cousin Subs, Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market Hall, and the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation.
I take care of the kids, and I take care of my dad. I take care of things at work. The groceries, the cleanups, the meltdowns, the doctor's visits, the family events, mealtimes, bedtimes. I take care of all the things everyone else needs. But I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Family caregivers are often overloaded. It can feel overwhelming and exhausting. It's no surprise that millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression every year. But help is available, because there may only be one you, but you don't have to do it alone. Head to mentalhealthcareworks.org. That's mentalhealthcareworks.org to learn how to get the support you deserve, because mental health care works when you make the call. If you're experiencing a mental health crisis or thoughts of suicide, dial 988, a message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat, brought to you by Lowe's.com. Code with Clossie is a nonprofit organization launched to help young women and non-binary teens break into coding. But as artificial intelligence advances, it could defeat the purpose of a coding boot camp like Code with Clossie. Osiami Okparia is CEO of Code with Clossie, and she told Bloomberg at a recent event that her initiative doesn't see itself as just teaching people how to code.
We're actually thinking more broadly than actually time spent hands on keyboard producing code. There is a lot that you can learn from a set of skills that are durable and transferable when you learn to code. You're learning computational thinking. You're learning a way of solving problems, decomposing them. These are all skills that we believe are transferable to problem solving in any domain.
Code with Clossie is helping young women from all backgrounds get into fields where diversity is lacking. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. The Milwaukee Bucks are in Orlando again for a rematch of Monday's showdown where the Bucks lost 118-99. Tonight's game starts at 6 p.m. with one more game before All-Star break tomorrow night in OKC. In college basketball, Badger basketball forced OT against 8th-ranked Illinois, ultimately winning the game 92-90 in a huge upset. Badgers are 17-7 on the year and 6th in the Big Ten. UW-Milwaukee won their game against the Indy Jaguars 92-88. UWM sits at 10-17 on the year. Marquette lost a close one last night against Villanova 77-74.
James will bring it up right side. 6 seconds left, down 3. James trying to get it. The Stevens does. They've got a second left. He'll throw up a shot blocked. Taken away by Villanova, and that's the end of the game.
Their next matchup is against Xavier on Saturday at 2 p.m. This Sports Update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams, member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
into the award-winning 101.7 The Truth Community Spotlight. Wednesday at 3:57 p.m. between the Tory Lowe Show and The Truth in the afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. We'll be speaking with Nicole Acosta, Director of Impact Engagement, and Trika Barnes, parent of Kellogg Peak Initiative. They will discuss how your child can do summer different through their free summer programming in Milwaukee and camp in Wisconsin. Again, that's the Business Spotlight this Wednesday with the Kellogg Peak Initiative at 3:57 p.m. right here on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Joining me on the lines is advocate, author Elizabeth Brown. How you doing, Queen?
Salute, King. Happy Hump Day.
Happy Hump Day. There is a story that I wanted to cover today because this is about a lot of kids being violated right here in the state of Wisconsin. They're saying that Wisconsin Burger King franchise broke thousands of child labor laws, Elizabeth Brown. They're saying that
absolutely.
They're accusing this Burger King of 1,600 infractions involving 600 kids.
Ain't that crazy?
Wow.
So, I mean, when I go back to, again, us getting in order, me calling the black community the house with no doors, like, how do you get on top of children like that? Where were the adults? You understand what I'm saying? Like, there has to be a level of regulation that takes place. And like I said, with everything out of whack, if mama working again, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do somebody get that many infractions, and how many children were there, and how did it get to that extreme? So all of these parents didn't recognize the fact that their child was being
They were looking at the paycheck and the hours that they was working. Well, we got some video. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. Once again, Wisconsin Burger King franchise broke thousands of child labor laws. They're saying 600 kids, 1,600 infractions. If you listen as we broadcast live, we got video. Let's listen.
Wisconsin says one company broke child labor laws with 600 kids.
It was still shocking even to our investigators.
The target, Cave Enterprises. It owns dozens of Burger Kings around Milwaukee and about 100 across the state.
This is the largest case that we have seen of youth working violations in modern history. We have quite honestly not seen anything to the depth and breadth of what this audit uncovered.
The Department of Workforce Development says that audit started after 33 complaints. It reviewed records from 2023 through January 2025. For all of Cave's 100-plus BK locations in Wisconsin. The department says the Burger King on South 27th Street had 16 minors working without a permit and 32 violations for missing meals or breaks. The Milwaukee BK on Lisbon is now closed. The state says it had 11 kids here working without a permit.
Youth work protections exist for a reason. We want our kids in Wisconsin to first and foremost be kids, right? Kids go to school, they have obligations in terms of homework and after school extracurricular activities.
In total, the state says it found 84%, that's 593 of its employees aged 14 and 15, began work without a child labor permit, and 45%, or 627 minors, worked at least one shift of 6 or more hours without the required documented break. It also says the company failed to pay 67 minors for overtime. The state tells Cave it has 20 days to pay back pay, penalty wages, and penalties. That's $237,000 for the child workers and a penalty to the state of $828,000.
All right, Elizabeth Brown, we just in time for February. Slavery.
Man, look here. Where is the charges, jail charge? I mean, people, again, it's a process. You know, when my daughter got her work permit and did all, again, we're talking about paperwork. Again, we're talking about individuals preying on children. Again, they worked overtime and didn't pay them because they knew that would have been an automatic trigger.
Where are the adults that were supposed to be overseeing these kids?
Come on, man.
That's no oversight.
Come on.
Wow, 600 kids. This was going on with nobody paying attention.
Come on. And then the complaints that they did receive, look where we at. Why isn't they talking about how much they got to pay back to the state? That all of those kids and those parents need to get together because they need to pay them too. That's traumatizing. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and we've been talking about the youth this whole week, and these are the violations that's taking place because they know them kids don't know better. And at the same time, look at the kids that they're targeting. Okay? I can guarantee you those are children. One, families needed the money. Them not having the knowledge to know, you know what I'm saying, the limitations because, again, they're believing in the adults that they work for. Who put them on the schedule, okay? Who know damn well that they were supposed to have work breaks. Who know they was only supposed to work a certain amount of hours. How many of those children fail in school due to the hours that they had them working?
Wow.
See, they out here talking about these kids need to be kids, but half of these kids out here doing things adults do and not reaping the benefits that an adult would because they wouldn't pull it on an adult, not giving them a working break. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when we say be kids, when we wonder why they out here in fight mode, because they not safe. They not safe. And this is a clear example. And again, they not finna pay the parents. They not finna pay the kids.
And they saying that this is a company that's out of Illinois, an Illinois-based Burger King franchise that came over here and victimized the child labor laws. And what I'm
like Barada.
And I'll say this. When we talk about the things that are going on with our youth, this happened in our community, in the city of Milwaukee.
Come on.
So the majority of these kids, if you talk about these violations happen in Burger Kings on the north side, how many of these kids were black?
That part. South side too. Again, you did. My thing is, when we do the numbers, I can guarantee you the majority of those kids who wanted to work was low-income children. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, I'm saying, where are the safety nets from the government? Because how is this going on? There's paperwork that was supposed to be done.
Wow. Elizabeth Brown, all I can say is every time I look on the news, we talk about the abuse of the elders that's going on with the housing. Now you talk about the youth being violated.
They praying on all levels.
And they trying to work and be upstanding citizens. They trying to work and do something for themselves and bring a little cash home for themselves or whatever the reason. And at the end of the day, every time you look on the news, there's some kind of massive violation going on in our neighborhoods. And then when we start to ask questions, they saying that this is probably one of the largest child labor situations in a long time. Right here in the city of Milwaukee.
Complaints was made, Tori. Okay, and here we are, and we're talking about giving the government kickbacks. All of them kids' parents need to have a lawsuit. Okay? Them kids need to have some type of IRAs or something with top dollar in their accounts when they turn a certain age. Okay? Like, we talk about the government and we talk about, this so-called leadership. I'm saying, how do the ball get dropped where it's that many damn kids?
Well, I'm going to try
You understand what I'm saying? Paperwork across the board. It's been a violation. That should be a massive lawsuit.
Where's the outrage?
Coming from them kids and them parents.
Where's the outrage? Where the protest? You know what I mean?
Numb.
600 kids. One of the largest child labor violations in the state. Where everybody coming together to try to fight.
You talking about it, but who else talking about it? That part. That part. Who else talking about it? Because they don't give a damn. They the main people talking about get the kids, and the kids don't respect. This is why they don't. When adults allow children to be violated, they have no love. Because these are individuals that they trusted to let them know that they were supposed to have 2 15-minute breaks, to let them know that they weren't supposed to. Why would you put a child on a schedule and you know that they 14 or 15? Why would you even accept them if they ain't got the proper
cheap
paperwork?
Labor.
Okay? Hey,
look.
Violations
We come
all
back.
across the board, and shame on all of us.
Elizabeth Brown, I want to get your final thoughts as usual on the show today. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. On Sunday afternoon, the Milwaukee Panthers return home to face in-state rival UW Green Bay Phoenix at the UWM Panther Arena for the Battle of I-43.
Loop a pass, baseline right, Franklin, in on Cotton, reverse layup. Oh, that was pretty. Elam, wrap a pass, left corner, Jackson, trigger three, and he hits it.
Scott Warris has the coverage starting at 1:30 p.m. on 1017 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 2 o'clock.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Tired of managing your rental property? Or maybe you just don't know where to start? At Odom Investments and Property Management, our professional team handles everything from tenant placement to maintenance and rent collection, so you don't have to. Let us take the stress out of property management. Call 855-ODOM-WAY or 855-636-6929 and experience the Odom way today.
70 million people in the U.S. have learning and thinking differences, like ADHD and dyslexia. Each has their own story. This is ours. At first, I thought it was just a phase. Then schoolwork became a struggle. Emotions got bigger, and my kids started falling behind. I felt alone, like I was lost in the dark trying to find answers. Then I learned about Understood.org, a nonprofit empowering parents and kids like us. It was like we had a light to show us the path ahead. Whenever new challenges came up, their guidance helped us figure out our next step. We still have tough days, but now we have direction. And I have the tools and resources I need to help my child thrive. No matter where you are on the path, Understood can help you keep moving forward. Visit understood.org/yourpath today.
Prizes, exclusive experiences, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting truthcontests.com. That's truthcontests.com.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The award-winning 1017 The Truth proudly celebrates Black excellence and the most monumental moments in our history. All month long, we're honoring the voices, the stories, and the achievements that have shaped our past, empowered our present, and continue to inspire our future. Tune in to Dr. Ken Harris for his trivia, spotlighting powerful facts and moments you need to know. And the Tory Lowe Show, our voices, our stories, amplifying youth, perspectives, lived experiences that define who we are. Tune in all month long as 101.7 The Truth uplifts the legacy, the brilliance, and the power of the black community, the black history, because black history isn't just history, it's happening every day. 101.7 The Truth celebration of Black History Month is proudly sponsored by Educators Credit Union and Tayback Law. Elizabeth Brown, a lot of topics we had to cover today, but the situation in Minnesota I wanted to get your reaction. We hear about the protest and ICE agents, and a lot of people are making content to try to get blacks involved in this, but then there's a situation with the black ICE agent, and those protesters called him the N-word with the ER on him. I'm just trying to figure this out.
That part. Okay, like I said, it's diabolical. It's diabolical how, the selective outrage. At this point, if you fall for the banana in the tailpipe, you're supposed to be taken for a ride, Like I said, it's the age of Aquarius. You seen everything, like in the same heartbeat. So the hard ER, but they telling us to come outside. We need you, We see now. But again, like I said, racism wouldn't exist if everybody didn't agree on it, okay? Mm-hmm. It's still existing because everybody agree on it. And the only people that's left holding the empty bag is us. Those who have the reason that anybody is comfortable is because our table is the back, or our back is the table, rather, that they sitting at feasting while we scrambling getting crumbs. The reality of it is, see, we told you so. And this is why we need to mind our black business and get our business together, because as we see, the violations continually to show themselves as if we didn't know. But again, your show have shown up close and personal. You got parents coming in, you got the mothers, you got fathers. Right now we're hearing about children who was violated on the clock. It's a paper trail of children being taken advantage of, just trying to work, okay? Just trying to make ends meet.
Right.
We always telling our children to do the right thing. These are adults that got a choice and choose to violate the children. Need I say more?
Hey, look, one day you looking on the TV and people ain't got no heat, Come on. Then the next day you looking on the TV, we got drama in the streets. Now you look on there and you look up and you see kids being violated at work, trying to work, trying to do the right thing.
On the clock.
So this within all a couple days, But yet they want you. And I started out the show saying we need to mind our own black business because the village need to be tended to.
Hey, we got to heal us.
Right.
We have to heal the violations that's on top of us. Again, we looking at the elders, we looking at the children, we looking at the women and the men, massively incarcerated, okay? 1 out of 4 black boys in the city of Milwaukee going to that school-to-prison pipeline, The violation across the board is egregious, and everybody that we thought we was fighting for ourselves to help others, but in return, everybody got help but us. Like I said, 2026 is about those of us who have sacrificed ourselves for everybody else, and this season it's time for us to sacrifice everybody else for self. Because, again, nobody is going to take you serious when you show them how to treat you because you don't put yourself first. We did enough of that. We had the cape on with the hole in it. We've been the battle ram for everybody else, and nobody stood for us or with us, okay? Everybody has shown to be against us because everybody benefits. If we don't get it, that means everybody else get it. When we get it, And again, we don't know yet because we haven't done it. What everybody else gonna do when we start doing for self? That's the real. That's the time that I'm waiting on, because they're quick to say, "Pull yourself up by your bootstraps." We've been strapping our boots on all day, every day, and it has benefited everybody else but us. It's go time. We need to mind our black business, this Black History Month, and like I said, there should be a massive coming to the conclusion that we not going to win until we play to win. Because right now we choosing to lose.
Well, like I said, when I started the show, you got to know your value. You got to know what you're worth. And if you don't know what you're worth, somebody will use that worth to benefit them. And
that part.
And many times we kind of feel like we can associate, we can understand trauma, we can understand pain. But many times,
yes,
when we take our attention away from our pain and the struggle that we're going through right outside that window, a lot of our pain don't get healed. We'll go out and try to help other issues to heal other ideas. But now in 2026, it's just time to return to repair the village. Everybody got to use their talents and skills, get back to the village, and get to work. That's it. It's that simple.
Because our foundation been cracked. And again, they taught us everything backwards.
And we needed the most.
You can't help thy neighbor without helping yourself.
Hey, look, we need it the most at this point. We need that. We need the energy to pour in the most, right?
Who you see marching for us?
Well,
again, if you go back to the Constitution and say those that are doing better are supposed to help those that are doing worse. Where has that ever happened? We've been doing worse and we've been helping everybody else. It's time for us to regulate our thinking process, because to help everybody else is to kill yourself, and we see that because that's what's in our community.
Well, I'll say this:
disaster, destruction.
They talking about all this stuff, and we still got potholes, biggest craters in the street, like tearing up our vehicles. We going to help somebody and running over the potholes and tearing up our vehicles, And we can't get the potholes up out the street.
The fact that just because of your zip code, you paying more money because you in, quote, unquote, the worst place to be black, okay? Like, you're getting charged extra for your car insurance, for your car. You're getting charged more for your house. And you supposed to be in the impoverished areas, but they whacking you like you in Menominee Falls. Menominee Falls is cheaper than the city of Milwaukee, but every time you hear Milwaukee, it's this bad and that's bad and this is poverty-stricken and only a certain amount of people own houses. It's a food desert, but this is where all the money being taken. It's diabolical, King, but we working.
Hey, look, I appreciate you for being on the front lines as usual. I'm trying to wait and see what the protest for the 600 kids that got robbed at the Burger King.
Come on. Hey, don't hold your breath.
All right. Well, I appreciate you for being on the front lines, Queen. We got a lot of work to do as usual.
Salute,
all right, everybody out there in Radio Land. I'm going to tell y'all right now, look, it's time to mind your own black business. Like, we need a lot of help. If everybody do a little, nobody got to do a lot. We got to get back to the village. I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to play what other people won't play, so y'all can understand where we need to be. Hey, keep your head on the swivel. Green don't always mean go, and look both ways before you cross the streets. I love you, Dr. Ken Harris. Up next.